Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Mambo VP fellow shooters. Mko fiti? I'm also fine. It's your guy once again. Yet another episode. Iyano Smuffy. And sijakuja solo as usual. I have my guys over here.
It's the amazing, the hilarious LOO to the PIN.
Lupin.
Hey, and this is your beautiful, cute, and sexy Kedi Dels.
Beautiful, cute, and sexy. Kedi. Mambo vipi? Uko fiti lakini?
And coffee.
Guys, today we have an amazing topic. A vibrant topic. Hey, wafikia singa zile topics na they are going to ignite our feelings, dating and relationships. Up to tunaenda step by steps hadi kwa marriage. Dogo. So today we sort tunaanza na dating. What is the difference between dating and courtship? Dating and courtship. They sound more or less the same anyway.
Well, no, they're not the same because dating ni that the point where you're getting to know someone who you think you can court.
So hapa ndio tunasemanga na date
you can make us
this is my partner. Girlfriend. This is my girlfriend, right?
Yeah, she's your girl and she's a girl and she's your friend. So
she's your girlfriend. So
you
I'm
can
dating
date.
her.
You are
so
dating.
So can you unaweza date watu wengi?
Yes, you can.
Unaweza alafu kwa watu wote uchagua.
Ndio sasa hapo ndo utachagua mwenye utaingia into courtship with.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dating I include the
it include kujuana.
So kujuana, it doesn't include the
dating,
extra
your girlfriend
things.
Is dating then your fiance is
Courtship.
Yeah.
That's why you go and
you
like
get it.
Will you be my fiance?
So nikiamua kwamba today I want to date so and so and so, I can date as much as you can. People I want. So
as long as it doesn't get into the intimate parts.
Does that mean
that
intimate tena?
If I dating afai kufika kwa intimate.
Squeeze zinafika.
Now hapo ndo sasa
na sasa utajuaje, but like
so unajulia kwa courtship.
Dating is knowing if you are compatible with this person. How will you know you are sexually compatible if you don't do it?
Simnaongea.
Yeah?
Simnapiga story, simnapeana story.
Bana, hizi vitu ni.
Wasikia kidi wanakuambia,
Hizi vitu ni practical.
What are you saying? Mimi nataka practical tuende pale ipo manze. So there is where we go to courting after date.
Hapo courting ndio unafaa.
After unaona you're compatible,
kwa courting inafaa ulale na msee. Kwa courting.
Si inafaa, but that's where you can.
Guys, since we are waiting, so we are
saying
sex is still after marriage. until marriage.
Yes, it's after marriage. But do you know what marriage is?
After marriage.
Do you know what marriage is?
Until marriage, nimeshaka hizi until marriage.
Do you know what marriage is? What is marriage?
Tutajua tukishafika huko, before tufike huko tuko hapo kwa courtship, hapo kwa dating. Hii story manze mimi hapana. Guys, me I think hapa kwa dating it's just all about like tupelekane out. Tukishapelekana out, I buy you flowers. You just tell me what's your favorite color, what's your favorite this. Nikiona huyu bado atafuta mwingine ama bado niko na wengi.
To me I think dating has more and more. Because dating is that place where by a girl utamwa kwamba iano 2 weeks iano kwenda nani 2 weeks lupin kwenda.
Yes, ndio. As long as I'm just get intimate.
But let's talk about
unaweza uko na like you are dating unaona haja kubamba
right
red flags.
So you're not supposed to get intimate when you're dating. Oh God.
So that was my point. God. Yeah.
And when you get intimate, what will happen?
That's more than that's not dating.
Watu wakidate ndo wana smash.
Squeeze sika kitambo unajua kitambo
squeeze ni before to date tuna smash after date.
Hiyo ni situationship.
Situationship.
Ilikuja ka happen
maka.
Unajua watu mnasema smash inamaanisha saa you are compatible.
Yeah. See we are.
Hiyo ni joto tu ilipandanga hizo masaa mkaa.
My sex energy and your sex energy, they are going together.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're compatible.
So compatibility is it's more than sex.
Yeah,
it's more than sex.
Yeah, very much more.
Yeah, that's true.
It goes to mental, you know. It's mentality.
Now you medate na dem, you've dated with this lady or the guy. And then some men are court. So what is courting all about then?
courting is now where when hapa ndo sasa unamkatia sasa unamwambia sasa ni
Kwani ulikuwa unafanya
Sasa wakati wa dating
dating you are determining if she is the one you want he
you
or
are
she
testing the water.
you are testing
So
the
you are
waters.
like
Unaangalia ukisoma red flag sasa courting ndo unamwambia sasa ni wewe na dai
it's
so
you.
yeah
I think
so hapo ndo sasa unaanza
courtship.
kumletea maua
So kwa dating
namba ya
Wakati wa dating
maua
hufai kuleta maua.
na dating
Unaleta
unapeleka
nini?
tu dates mnakula mkipiga
Na
stories
si utajua tu
mnapeleka.
which type of scent anapenda.
Na
ya
hapo
maua.
ndo si ndo napo kwa dating ndo sasa una get hizo information
Ah.
yeah.
So dating
Sasa ukishajua ndo kwa courtship unaanza kumkatia na hizo vitu unaona yeah
So dating ni saa mkiwa kwa dating all you go and ask questions.
si una ask si mnapiga story
Yeah, me guys, me I think.
it's more of hata ufai in fact hata ufai ku ask
Bana mimi naona ni
They'll
kama
tell you
nitataka
themselves.
flowers hapa wakati wa dating.
We ngoja.
Yeah, inaweza
Kuwa
kuwa.
patient.
Kwani
Kuwa
hiyo-
patient,
hiyo
hadi
Hiyo siku
ukuwe-
tumemeet
It's
your
an option
first
too.
day. Hiyo siku tumemeet first day kama hujakuja na flowers then you are pass.
Na maana uliacha.
date
So,
first
guys,
date tena maua first date
Yeah, of course. That
eh
is
we shake expectations
about-
bana
Hey.
Let's talk about reality right now. Okay, that is expectation. You expect in courtship una nini dating you expect to know someone na hivyo and that is how it's written. That is what it should happen. But now let's talk about what happens in real life right now.
Yes.
Ukikutana na dem unamuuliza jina. Ukimuuliza jina mumpeleke date. Boy ata expect kusmash na dem naye ata expect present. Si ndio?
Yes.
Hivyo ukishapata
Sawa.
present, ukishapata smash, hivyo mmekuwa in what? In a relationship. And now umekuwa girlfriend and
na siku hizi
And
zina
boyfriend.
na siku hizi inaweza
Sasa
hata happen
kidogo
within a day
move in, mkimove in. Now you have become wife and husband.
No, not yet. Bado wewe unaharibu maneno wewe. Ati wife
so-
and husband.
ngoja
nini?
does it mean that tukianza kustay pamoja you are
Husband and wife.
you have husband and wife
No, it does
Are you
not mean
married?
that. Yeah,
'Cause you're
no,
staying
totally
together.
no.
Kwani what is marriage?
Unaweza kaa tu hivi na msichana ukae tu hivi kwa nyumba mmekaa wiki mbili uone
What is
mimi
marriage?
sipendi. Yeah?
What is marriage?
See you come to an agreement like I want to stay with
Marriage
you
is
forever.
not an agreement.
It's what?
Marriage
It's a
is two
covenant.
people coming together.
What is
to
what
be
is
one
Yeah, to
See,
be
still
one.
an agreement.
Already you can
You
together.
agree together. Mimi na wewe tuna agree.
If you are not going to get married, then why do you come together? So you be apart.
Hey, my lord, I wonder.
okay
So-
there's there it might be a situation ndio imeweka pamoja no maybe it's cost sharing
Thank you.
But do you
maybe
think
it's-
kitambo people used to court kulikuwa na hizo vitu za courting na dating?
Akugua.
azikuwa si ulikuwa tu unaletea unamwambia
Ilikuwa tu direct.
This is
to
your
marriage.
wife.
Ndio dai ni aje.
Direct to
Manze
marriage.
nimekaa tu hapa na nafika hivi mtaani nimetoka hapa podcast nafika hivi kwa kida napata mzee ananiambia yana ndio huyu.
ure mwenye ulikuwa unatembea naye sitaki
Mzae ndio huyu.
Huyu ndo
ameniambia,
nataka.
Kijana yangu nataka uwe huyu. Ambia as you wish sir. Thank you.
Ashwisa.
Yes.
Lakini utakuwa naye na bado utafuata ule mwenye ulikuwa naye, si ndio?
Si ndio
That-
kwani si
that's how
huyu
it
nafaa
ended up
nimeambiwa na
in
familia
polygamy.
nafaa
That's
kumuoa.
how it
Sina
ended
muoa
up in
na bado
polygamy.
nafuata ule mwenye nataka. Si
Ndio
it is
maana
tuko kitambo.
tuli end up into polygamy.
but unajua pia polygamy ilikuwa inakam okay si hiyo pekee pia polygamy ilikuwa inakam about when ule wife umeoa kwanza maybe ako maybe tasa na unakuwa pressured by the parents or the community
Whether mimi
you were supposed to have a
asikuwe
child,
tasa,
sindio?
I think polygamy should continue.
unakuwa pressured unafaa kuwa mtoto hapo ndo the second wife comes in
Yes, akuwe tasa, asikuwe tasa, akuwe razaa, akuwe good in whatever, polygamy should continue. Inafaa
Polygamy.
iendelee.
lakini bro utazana na polygamy
Hiyo ni
Yeah?
ya
Utawezana na
polygamy.
polygamy.
Kwa-
Ai,
kwa
bro,
siku hizi
polygamy-
kama mmoja
inaisha. Siku
kama
hizi
mmoja
polygamy
ni stress
inaisha.
bro utawezana na
Stress
wili
ya nini?
watatu
Bro, kama ganji iko. Hii sekete isikushinde. Bro, sekete
si secretary chana na secretary
Eh.
when two women come together
That's why you need to be a
na
man.
wanaishi na mwanaume mmoja
Bro, kwani weka pamoja? Wewe bana, you has to be wise. Hata wazee walikuwa najua, wewe unaka kwa nyumbani.
okay hata wasipokuwa
Huyu
pamoja
anakuwa
but
yake
wanajua
hapo.
huyu anajua kuna
Polygamy
ule
is
mwingine
the start of every family that has almost, let me not say every family, I think almost all the families zenye ziko na polygamy,
Yeah.
they are really
Struggling in what?
kubalance peace ni ngumu
So
sana.
you're trying to say that polygamy is
if
bad?
you want a good
Yeah, it's
life
very
as a
bad.
man,
To me,
yes,
it's
Now let
very-
us ask ourselves this question. Polygamy was there.
me I can't handle
Okay?
it
Polygamy was there. You can't, me I can. Me I can't.
Imagine umetoka kwa dem moja anapenda kama shots 3 hivi. Unatoka huko
umeisha.
Kesho na sasa kesho usipoenda kwa huyo mwingine.
Unaisha.
Na huko pia ana expect to
kwani
perform.
muombe unajuku ni ya nini?
Alafu unajua shida ni wanakaa hivi wanaambiana mimi alienda 3. Kama kwanza wanaongea, hiyo ndio mbaya.
Wanaweza kupangia.
Anamwambia mimi alienda 3. Mimi alikuja akaniambia achoka kumbe.
Wanaweza kupangia.
You plan these things. Unaambia wewe ni wa Monday na Tuesday na Wednesday. Wewe ni wa Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Sunday napumzika.
What if your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday alikuwa mzika? Mwenye unafaa kwenda
huko. Tunaenda huko. Hapo postpone siku. Wewe akipona naambia ulikuwa mgonjwa siku ngapi? 4. Za ule tumeleta kwako. Tunaendelea.
Mimi siwezi kubali uchukue siku zangu pele kwa mwingine.
Wewe silikupea zake.
Wewe hata
kila siku.
Hata mambo kukubali. Hakuna kitu unaweza kuja like uniambie na najua kwamba you have someone else you sleep with like me, you talk to her like the way you talk to me.
No.
Like unaona hiyo hata si bond. That is no bond. There's no bond there. There's no bond. You can't bond with then you can't love everyone the same. So hakuna vile unaweza kuja kuniambia. Ukikuja kwanza uniambia ati baby to try style. Nani utaniambia style umetoa kwa nani? Unataka utry na mimi ndio ulinganishe. Njeri na Morogoro.
Sasa wedding
sasa
ngoja wedding hapo kwa wedding ya ina polygamous man kwa wedding anasemanga je vows zake. Pia atasema zile till death do us part.
Yes, till death do us part. Sini ukweli still till death do us part.
In sickness and in death na mko wawili. Na mko wawili.
Ule kwanza ndiye bibi wa kwanza. Huyo bibi wa kwanza ndiye best maiden.
I think
best maiden ako hapo.
Alafu penye wanasemanga when the two come together they form one. Sasa wa 3 watakuja kwa one.
No, when 3 comes together the spirit of God is there. Okay, and
church. Unaenda kwa kanisa. Hiyo ndiko kanisa.
Church utapeleka hapo.
But guys, seki manze, polygamous marriage. Bibi wawili. Threesome.
Hakuna mambo ya threesome.
Unexplore.
Threesome kwanza it's
explore.
Threesome is evil.
Just open it's evil.
Do you know that sex is a covenant between two people? It's a covenant. How can you have you ever seen a covenant including more than 3 people?
Yes, between God and the Israelites.
No, it was between God
and Moses. That was 2 parties. It's 2 parties. Not
Simona anakuwa tu kama you can come in, but polygamy is there. It was there even in the beginning. Adi was wetu walikuwa wanafanya polygamy. Walikuwa wanafanya polygamy and they were more blessed.
Blessed with
they were more blessed. They used to go and pray for mountains and rain will rain.
More children, more blessing.
Yes. If you look today, tukiongea facts, population leo. It's women and men, it's 8-1. Meaning 1 man should go with 8 women.
Do you know that is you are talking about the population nini ya Kenya.
Statistics. Anyway,
do you know in Korea men are more than women?
That is Korea, we are in Kenya.
So I can go marry Korea.
No, men are
because men are more. I can go there. I can go China.
So you can go and marry.
Check go.
As long as
if
I
you
be
want
the
to
only
go,
one, I can go
so
anywhere.
You can go and marry 3 men in Korea.
Yeah, I can go and no. Well, usinicheke. It's okay. Amaluya actually.
Kenny,
you can handle.
Kenny hataki story ya tuoma tabi mwingine, lakini yeye
she can handle 3 men.
Yes.
No, I can never marry 3 men. How can I?
How can you?
Si unasema unataka kwenda Korea.
Si Korea ndio nipate wangu peke yangu.
Okay guys, umepata wewe wako peke yako.
Hata huko huwezi kosa polygamous man bado.
Iko.
Haiwezi kosa.
Is everywhere.
Nataka monogamous man.
Utapata.
Monogamous.
Hawako.
Ninakwambia kama hawako sinaenda China.
Hawako.
Mnyimbaki tu huku mkingangana.
China hata hawataki.
Hawako.
China hata hawataki.
Hata Adam alikuwa bibi 3.
Nani na nani?
Lilith Eve wa kwanza na Eve wa pili.
Unaona Adam hakuwa na wanawake at the same time.
Yeah, unaweza kuwa na huyu, unaweza date huyu, umpe mimba umtupe. Upe huyu mimba umtupe.
He was the only wife of all. Kila mtu alikuwa na time yake. Kila mtu alikuwa na time yake.
So
Eve alikuwa na time yake, Lilith alikuwa na time yake, not the same time.
Ati unapea mtoto unatupa. Ama umesema
ni siasema ati yako at the same time. So you say like wewe kileta kichwa na umecheki by the way. Next.
That's okay, but
kichwa mbaya
sisi hapo sio ndo hiyo time ya dating sasa. Hapo ndo unawachujanga
unawachuja.
Nafaa so wakati wa dating wakati umefika hadi courtship you really know. Hiyo wakati wa courtship I think ndio nyuma propose kwa mtu umemweka ring kwa mkono.
So mtu asiyesema kuna kongana ma playboy. Zima playboy what we do not we what they do is wako na mademo wengi. Unacheki? Alafu wanasema when players you nini?
Sasa unajua
kuchagua mmoja.
Wacha nikwambie difference ya saa ni unalala na that.
Si kama tuko compatible.
No, that is in the name of dating. You shouldn't do that. Alafu also a playboy ni mtu mwenye ana cheat having a fiance. Having a fiance uko na mtu mwenye unaambia
sijafika place ya kukot. Mimi sijafika place ya kukot. Nataka nione kama mwenye nitakot Lupin. Si ndio? So mimi ni partner huyu Nyangweso Enyakisi hapa hivi empata dem mwingine hapa. So I need to see if you're compatible. So pia mimi naona ngoja ni test huyu. Mechi bado bas. Ni izeni poleni guys. I go with you.
Hapo unajua
Do you know why someone is called a playboy?
Why?
It's not because it's because you go and give vows to someone. You tell someone I love you. If you know upendi, usimwambie tu nani.
But see at that time unampenda. At that time unampenda.
No, anaweza kuwa nimesema I love you. Before nimalize useme I love you too. But nilikuwa nakwambia I love you when you give it to me like this. You know, you
that is imagining.
Yes.
That's imagining.
But it's okay. It's okay. Sawa, tumedate vizuri, niko na you're compatible and everything. Tumeenda kwa courtship. What is next?
After courtship ndo mnaingia marriage.
No, marriage.
Of the dower.
Mnaingia? Si hapo, si ndio hiyo isiko.
The paying of the dowry.
Lazima ulipe dowry kwanza ndio uende marriage.
The paying of the dowry. Guys niwaambie nimesema kuna
dowry si lazima. Kwani na kununua.
Before tuanze podcast nimepata director akisema Bible. And you know the verse alikuwa asoma. Even he showed me it alinionyesha hiyo verse kania. When a man finds a virgin, he should pay the bride price. Director anafaa kuniambia hiyo ni verse gani ya Bible? Atatafuta atanipea. When a woman is a virgin, a man should pay bride price. Dowry. What happens when you find a woman is not a virgin?
What's the bride price for? Is it inaonyesha nini? Are you buying the woman?
Umejua kulikuwa na Old Testament, kwa kuja na New Testament, the new law. Now we are in the new law. It doesn't matter whether the woman is a virgin or not. As long as
there's
you are
nothing
taking
like
somebody's
new law.
daughter, you have to. This is the new law.
It's not new law.
We are in the new law.
So what is the new law saying?
Jesus came kuweka stamp kwa the law. See that it's the new law.
If you are interested in this girl, you have to pay.
Which verse is that? You have to pay what?
I'm talking about the new law.
Which law?
Nature, not Bible. Nature.
Lakini bado
the new law. Really?
Lakini bado
nature.
Lakini bado
the new law of nature. Which nature are you talking about?
Who wrote that law?
Who
decided
the law?
Which what? How? Kwani nature inaoa?
I've said nature.
Nature inaoa ndio itoe bride price, sema this is the law.
Nature inaoa.
So you should pay a bride price.
What do you mean nature is law?
Umejua?
Laws of nature ni kama gravity.
A girl not being a virgin. Who made the girl not a virgin?
Is another man, you should pay a bride price.
Huyo mtu ndo apay.
So, umejua mimi nasema one thing. If you want a holy girl, then you should be holy.
Yes.
You should be holy.
Kama mimi, I'm very holy.
If you are holy, if you are a virgin, by then you deserve a virgin. But nani, usikuja hapa kutuambia unataka virgin na wewe umesmash madem 10 huko nje umeharibia wasichana wengi huko nje life yao. Alafu unakuja kutuambia hapo you want a virgin.
Okay, what if you're holy and you find hujapata holy? Unafaa kuacha, si ndio? Unafaa kuacha.
So unafaa kuacha.
You can convert them to be holy.
No, unajua aje?
Huwezi convert.
Unajua hivi
wasichana huwezi.
Unawaleta.
Bro waje.
Unaweza virahisi sana. Unaweza kama anakupenda she will.
Nini the Bible inasema sin ni ya mtu vile yako. It doesn't matter about your past. What matters is your present. Is your present. So kama hata lini wanaume wangapi huko nyuma, as long as you are compatible. Umejua kunaweza kuwa na jangili. Mse ni jangili. Like anaweza patana na jamaa fulani, like doesn't care na nini, but what I know is one thing. There's someone who can put that person to their knees. Mom. So it doesn't matter about the past. Unazaona huyu demo anasimama kwa barabara ni prostitute. But ikifika kwa mtu
let me speak on behalf of men. To us a lady's past is very important. Very important.
Integral.
To us men.
Uliangalia meanings hizo words.
So what will you do if this lady is meant to be yours and she doesn't have a good past?
As long as past ni mbaya. Sidhani kataka.
Utaanpenda huyo mtu.
Yeah. I will. In fact hiyo information ndio itafanya hiyo love.
Hata unajua squeeze ilipana na dem. So la kwanza ni body count yako ni ngapi?
That is stupid.
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay, to you it is. To us that's very important information.
It's very important.
Manza hiyo ni turn off. Ukiliza hiyo na hiyo gone. Wewe pass.
Na kwanza the fact that kwako hiyo ni turn off tells a lot about you.
But then how can those guys who ask ladies like what is your body?
Obviously atauliza at the first the first meeting ama the first date.
No, you just
hiyo swali itakam baadaye.
Do you want me or want
it's
my
very
body
important to us.
how do you
the
know
least,
how do
the
you
better.
take yourself? How do you take yourself? How do you behave?
Of course, unaona the reason why I see the question stupid, it's because one thing, wakati umeapproach mtu umesema this girl, I want this girl, kitu ya kwanza you have to know, you have to investigate about the girl yourself. So you can't come and ask
sasa tukue DCI tena.
Sina kuuliza swali
acha nikuulize Lupin, unapatana tu hivi na dem then unaona huyo ni Kedi, nimependa Kedi. Okay Kedi, what is your body count? Get to know the person. Of course if you get to know,
ndio hapa tunasema hapo kwa dating you're getting to know her. Hapo ndio mnakujanga as long as the conversation goes, ndio hiyo topic itakam, ndio sasa utake kujua the body count.
But ufai kuni
na yezi kwa obvious the first day, hata yezi kwa within the first week.
That is very disrespectful because it is very disrespectful. But madam mkiwa huko nje, that question hebu tuambie kwa comment, how do you feel when a guy asks you
the fact that una feature body count inamaanisha
no, I shouldn't. That is my
there's
life.
something you're
I shouldn't
hiding.
be telling you my private
and
life.
your past,
your private life.
The higher
you should have a private life.
It's your private life, but it will affect me.
No, it will not.
It will. The fact that you have, for example, you Sidiona explains. If you have a high body count, first of all, in a show, you don't respect yourself.
Why do you approach me if you think I don't respect myself?
That's Sidiona sema. That's how important
you look
it is.
like a person who respects
you
yourself.
don't respect yourself, then I won't respect you, and
So you come to
that's
ask,
when najitoa.
So you are coming to ask me if I respect myself?
Yeah.
In a very
because if you don't respect yourself, you won't respect
me.
me.
Even to ladies, it's important for a girl. It's important for a girl to know if a guy is a player or not a player.
True.
But you can't go and ask,
Both
are
ways.
you a player? You can't.
No, ask me, I'll tell you.
Unaona during that
Just
dating,
ask.
during that dating is where I believe that is when you should get to know your person. Get to know their past. Uwezi enda kumuuliza direct, but you can know, Iano, kupitia my friends, the more you spend time together,
What
the
the
more you know
heck?
someone.
How do you
Enda
go
kwa
to my
kina-
friends and ask them about
No.
me?
Si ati
No, just ask me direct.
an intelligent person wouldn't need that. Of course nikikuuliza you will lie.
No, until the person.
Hata mimi
See, I'm supposed to lie. See, I'm
Ukiniuliza-
supposed to lie.
Okay, ukiniuliza body count na nikwambie ni 2. How will you know?
Sina
ni 2
furahi.
already? But I
Nidanganye.
think someone should be
Tafurahi.
judged.
Nidanganye. Si ndio nakwambia you're supposed to
Sasa
lie.
unaona sasa ni, but
You're supposed to
imagine if you know me time by time, you know this is her behavior. Tulikuwa tumekaa na mabeshi tena niliona akifinyia nani macho.
But
those are the behaviors you should know by time. Hivyo sasa unakuja unajua this is
The
not
fact
the
that
woman for me. But
me-
going to ask your body count, no.
the higher the body count, it
shameless.
shows you don't respect yourself. Juu umebeba hizo DNA zao.
As a woman,
wote.
as a woman,
Alafu
man,
kuja
hizi
tena
body
niongeze
counts.
yangu.
Hizi body counts, they count a
Sasa
lot.
Alafu another thing, it shows you have poor judgment. The fact that ulikuanga nao ukiwaacha ama mkiachana shows you can't.
There's a very good reason why you
Salupin,
didn't
the
just say
problem-
that.
Either
The
they
problem-
left. In fact, if the body count is high, it shows you're the problem.
The problem is not
If
a-
you're not the problem, hawange kuacha na
The
pia wewe
problem is not a
ungewaacha.
matter of body count. The problem is you asking someone's body count.
Yeah,
It's
it's my right to know.
why are you
And
asking
I
that
want
you
to
will
know
not
where
get
I'm
the
going.
answer? Why are
I
you
want to know
asking?
where
That
I'm
is-
getting
that is
into.
very, very stupid.
I want
Why
to
are
know
you
what I'm
asking?
getting into.
No,
No,
it's
you
don't
can't,
say
you
don't
can't
say
ask, of course. Mi
Don't-
sitakwambia.
Sawa.
And you know
It's your
sitakwambia,
choice.
then why
It's your
ask?
choice.
Why
don't
ask?
Because I want to know.
don't conclude it is
Unajua
the-
That's
hata
why I'm
kama-
saying
hata
it is
kama
not
moja
men
mi
question.
siwezi kuambia.
To
It
us
is not
men,
a
the
small
girl's
question.
past is very important.
hata kama ni mtu mmoja, I can't tell you my body count is 1. Of course, if I'm a smart girl, ukiniuliza what is your body count,
Danganya.
that is a turn off.
Danganya.
No,
Danganya.
you
Eru
know-
danganya usinyamaze.
Because
okay,
a real
it's okay.
man-
It's okay. Don't conclude that it is a stupid question. No, akunanga swali stupid. Akunanga swali stupid. Stupidity, I think it is not asking and just concluding everything. When you just tell me about your past, humans were very judgmental. Nikuja hapa nikwambia about count yangu ni 60. What do you think of me?
I think it as a joke.
As a joke.
Yeah,
You'll
because
think
why
you'll
would you
think I'm
tell
a
me
joker.
body count?
You'll think I'm a joker.
Yeah.
You see, you've already judged me. You've already judged me. So when you tell me as a girl, my body count is 15. So I'll just think you have slept with 15 men whom walikuja kuongea na wewe and you agreed. In one way or the other, ukatoka kwa kwanza, wa pili, wa tatu, wa nne, wa tano, wa sita hadi wa 15. Okay? It's very, very important. From there, I will know how we can start from there.
Do you know
So
the
it is
reason?
not a stupid, don't say it is a stupid question.
The reason I see it stupid because haikusaidii.
It is.
Because I won't say the truth. So nikisema ukweli na nikisema uongo haikusaidii.
So
Because
I think stupidity is not accepting who you are, because me personally, my past does not I don't give a fuck about it happened. Sawa. So when I tell you, by the mimi niko hivi, mimi nilikuwa navuta bangi, mimi nilikuwa nafanya ABC
No,
and mimi
that
nilikuwa
is
nafanya mama.
important.
So when I tell you that, and nikwambie hey, that is my past.
Now that is it. Knowing mtu anavuta bangi, it's important.
Even knowing how many
Somebody
men
can
you
see
slept with
important.
is very important.
Body count is more important than kujua kama mtu alikuwa anafuta.
Because
But-
I am going to be joined with you. I am going to
Unaona-
come and
unaona
consummate
We
why-
won't
with you.
share our lungs, but
One-
our
yes.
One
our
thing,
We
organs
are
will
going
touch.
to share our souls together. We are going to sleep on the same bed and consummate. We are going to come together and have sex and become one soul. So I want to know how many souls am I going to join to be
So
joined
you are
into?
you are coming to me to see how many souls you are joining to, or
No,
you are
so
coming
that
to
I
me
choose
because
if
I
I
am
stay
coming
there.
to you. I know. Okay,
you are
can we
coming
build
to see
something?
if we are compatible.
'Cause
You know,
unaweza
not
kuja
to know
nikuulize.
how many people have slept with, or not to know how
I have
many
to know
souls
that.
I'm
So
carrying.
that's one way of knowing if you are compatible.
Yes, it is a very important question.
Compatibility, does compatibility have like niseme ya kwamba nilikuwa na kunywa sukari na nikaacha. Does that matter?
No. Yo, that's
Does
yo,
that matter?
yo ni ayusiani na
Na hii story
you
ya-
can't compare that to
Sasa
body
ona,
count.
sasa
That
ona,
is-
nilikuwa na body
You
nilikuwa
can't
nilikuwa na
compare that
body
to body
count
count.
ya 10, Basi sasa nimeona lupin, I can relax with lupin, naweza tulia na lupin. Ama nilikuwa na
Sasa umeonja hawa watu ndio uko na
Nikalia.
huyu
Sasa
unaweza tulia.
sasa hiyo ni
Now,
judge.
the main
Now-
question is-
now that one you are not looking for someone that unaona ukienda to someone you are looking for some qualities in someone, sio?
Yes.
Unatafuta I want this kind of guy and this kind of guy. Na believe kila mtu ako na judgment yake akipata msee. So kuna msee mwenye anaona kwamba the past and the present is okay, doesn't matter, na kuna mwenye anaona it matters, unaona? So I understand you guys.
No,
The past
like-
matters, then it's okay, but kuna wase wenye wanaona kwamba everybody has their dirty secret.
Now you need to
Sio?
understand one thing that about male and female. When males, let me talk about women. They sleep with someone. They don't just sleep with someone. Okay, they make a decision. It's so hard kufanya dema kupe. It's very hard, very hard. So women, they make a decision. Lakini sisi wanaume,
So
we are visual beings. We see it. Tunapita na imeenda na malisafi kwambia kuzia utaenda hapo mbao upige teketeke na hiyo story hata ikutoke, but women, you think about it. That is the difference
why do you
between,
think they think about it?
because you think about it,
Why?
because you are created like that. That is the
Mbona sisi
psychology.
why can't I do it like a man? Just see it and want it.
Some of you do.
Huh?
No,
Some of
Why?
you do it
Some
out
of
of
them do.
feelings. You do it out of like what? How am I going to call it?
Some of them do.
You
They
really
just-
think you choose who you're going to sleep with. Exactly. You choose who you're going to sleep with. You don't just
Sometimes
sleep with anyone.
we don't choose.
You
think
don't-
those
you don't
are-
just
those
sleep with
girls
anyone.
that stand on the road. Do you think they choose who comes to buy them?
Wako kwa biashara, wako business.
umeingia
they are in business. That is why it matters a lot. Ukienda pana huo dem akwambia body count yangu ni 200, it matters a lot. You will think who are they.
Do you know what? Do you know I can see a guy even anijua kwamba I don't feel this guy, but how does it feel like? Tani anifanya.
When ufanye.
Shouldn't we do that?
When ufanye.
Yeah. Shouldn't we do that?
Why? Because sisi hatufikiriangi. Dapana na dem hapa sasa kidogo tumenipata kwa bathroom kidogo inaenda place kwa mzee. Ishaingia. Nasifikiri hiyo story.
Boy ingia boxer.
Cheke ndio mbaya.
Past year mtu matters, but asking someone body count no. You shouldn't ask someone.
Because we want
tunataka kwa date you are going to ask body count. No.
Si ndio,
because
me personally
where
I'm getting
hizo tunaongelea hapa hivi. We are dating so we can go to marriage.
It's very important.
We can go to marriage.
Imagine ati nimekutana tu na guy the first day ati ananiuliza body count yako ni ngapi?
See first date.
I'm not saying about the first.
See first date.
What are you kuuliza na watu wangapi?
See first date.
Look for a way.
Somewhere in between.
For a way utanijua nani, but asking about my body count, that is very disrespectful. Because if you come to me, my dignity, if I am a respectable woman, that is something I should know, that my dignity matters to me. Ukikuja tu na uniulize what is your body count, my first thought will be like, what do you think is my body count? Do you think I
sasa
sleep
sijui ndo
around?
maana nilikuuliza.
Do you think
wow.
I don't know. Maybe
you know,
you do.
So guys,
like judging you.
There's a question here that has been posted, a very important one, when you talk about body counts and everything. Can you date or marry a sex worker even though they have reformed?
Nope.
That's a no.
There's a high chance anaweza rudi huko.
And you?
There's
A sex
high
worker.
chance.
We're talking about
there's a lot of
It's my opinion.
You know,
yes, and you respect
there's
that.
the first,
Is it a yes or a no? Before to explain, is it a yes or a no?
Yes, if I'm a man, yes.
No, you
you
are
are
not.
Okay,
You
as a woman, a sex worker with a man, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Now let's roll it. Let's roll it. Why?
Yeah, to me, first of all, is the reason why that person is doing that thing.
No,
I always see the reason behind it. No, amereform, amekuwa mtu mzuri. That person deserves to be happy. And if that person is the one that makes me happy, then why should I look at his past? Yeah.
Wow.
That person makes me happy.
Do you know the kind of souls she's carrying? He or she.
Achana na souls. Kwani
that's the most important.
Achana na hiyo story ya souls. Hiyo ni fiction.
Wewe si
fiction.
fiction.
Kuna soul moja, hakuna soul mingi za hizo.
No.
Acheni kudanganywa na pastors. Kuna soul moja.
Guys, lack of knowledge is very dark. Very dark.
No, there's no lack of knowledge there.
So acha tuongee. Let's ask ourselves what is sex? Sex, when two people come together and they have sex. What does it nini huwa na
do you remove your soul and give the other person?
No, you're talking out of a layman's
Your
language,
action
like
no,
a very
no.
uneducated person. Unafaa kuongea, you argue like
that action is what
you're just meditating on what you're saying, okay? When two people come together, what does when msiwa kanisa? Msiongee hivyo.
Mimi naongea what I believe in.
Ongea na Bible.
What I
Bible says when a man and a woman comes together, what do they become? Mtu wa Bible, ongea.
They become one body.
What does it mean to be one body?
There's a body and there's a soul.
What does it mean? What does it mean to be one body?
To be one body.
Huyu anaingia kwa huyu, anaingia kwa huyu. Wanakuwa mwili moja. What does it happen?
One mind. One heart.
Mbona toa soul hapo?
One mind and one heart.
One soul.
Means what?
Not a soul.
It means what? What does it mean?
That's one soul.
You know what? If you are one soul, then being saved, let's be logical. If you are one soul,
no, we are talking about facts here. We're talking about facts and logics. Okay, bring your logic.
Unaona? Hakuna vile, let's be logical. Hakuna vile soul yako itatoka kwako ikuje kwangu.
Sijasema soul yangu itatoka kwangu mjene kwako.
Na hakuna vile naweza beba soul.
Si ati itatoka,
No,
zitajoin.
Beba soul. No, let's be logical.
Zitajoin. Si ati itatoka iende huku.
No, hakuna vile sex sema mtu amebeba DNA ya mtu.
Si ati amebeba soul.
Hata hiyo ni point nyingine umeongeza. Hata hiyo ni point nyingine umeongeza.
Hakuna wewe mtu anabaki na soul yake. Ukinipea soul yako sio unaenda nayo.
What makes you?
let's not be fictional.
Si ati atakupea soul zitajoin.
Ni sawa.
Si ati amekupea.
Lupin, it's okay.
Zitajoin.
Souls zina join only if you are married. You
Si
are
ndio hiyo?
Kuna
Si
kitu
ume-
kama hiyo.
married.
Nini huwa ina happen? What is so different?
Unadhani soul inakuja kuwa one time umevalishwa
You
ring.
know what? Sex is just a covenant.
Between what and
It's
what?
a covenant between a man and a woman.
And what happened?
It is not. It is not.
I don't umecheka ukiona ndio ufala.
Okay. Let me interrupt. I'm asking.
Yes.
Ed, what do you think sex and marriage? What is the interconnection between sex and marriage?
Sex and marriage. Marriage is two people coming together to form what? For a union. It's a union. Marriage is a union.
Without having sex.
Or let me use one thing. It can be marriage even without having sex. There are people who are impotent.
It's-
There are people who don't stand. They still are married.
Oh God, what are you saying?
They still,
what
and
I'm
it's
saying,
still called
Katie.
marriage.
Now
Marriage
what
is
is-
two
now
people
what
coming
is
together.
sex?
Huh?
Now what is
Sex.
Okay, you said sex
Sex
joins two
is
people. It joins two people, right? You said that.
Yeah.
But
You
then
say sex joins two people.
Sex joins two people.
And so if I have sex with you right now, what will happen? What will
I
you
will
take that
carry
is mine?
your DNA.
DNA means what? You have carried me. You have me in you.
Not your soul.
Okay, no, me. I'm not saying my soul. I'm
Not
not
your
saying.
soul.
I'm not saying my soul.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my soul. What is my DNA? DNA means you've carried me.
Yeah.
What makes me me?
Your DNA.
No,
What?
no.
What?
My
makes
body
you?
can have a DNA lying over there, but doesn't have a soul. So it means I'm dead. That is not me.
What?
That is just a
Let
body.
me ask you a question.
A body that is
Wait,
mine.
Do you think sperms zako zikiingia ndani yangu they will live forever?
No, they cannot live forever.
But
They
the-
die.
cannot.
They die in 24 hours.
But
They die.
let
The-
me tell you
the
something.
DNA will
You
remain
need to
there.
be.
No,
you need.
They
those
will.
sperms when they die,
They
your
will.
DNA is dead.
You no no
Wacha
no
nikuulize.
no.
No, okay, wacha
Una
nikuulize.
review story
It's
bana.
fact.
Nikuulize. Acha nikuulize swali. Do you
Na si
think
tuko
DNA
hapo.
inaingia different na sperm? Of course your sperm is the
the
DNA.
DNA, then the DNA
Your
will
sperm
remain
is
there.
the
Skia.
DNA.
It
No,
is
what-
scientifically proven. The DNA will stay with
Which
you.
DNA? Na sperm
See,
yako ndio DNA.
DNA hiyo boy
No,
itastay.
no.
Sperm yes itadie but the DNA will
Sasa ni
remain.
hiyo sperm ndio DNA.
So do
Nah.
you think hata kama
Sperm imecarry
his sperm
DNA.
imedead?
Imecarry, si ati hiyo ni-
No,
It's proven that the DNA will remain you. Unapata umeolewa ama whatever, unapata mtoi ni ya that husband mwenye umeoa. But unaweza zaa mtoi mwenye ako na anafanana. No, it's fact.
These are facts.
It's a fact.
These are
Acha
facts.
Acha nikushow. It's a
Why
fact.
know one thing? If you are pregnant, but kama nikilala na huyu, nikilala na huyu, then ni have sex na yeye, then nikuje nilelange na looping. Hakuna vile mtoto wako
Utapata-
atatoka ako na DNA.
Okay,
atasikia
guys,
atakuwa na
guys,
DNA yangu
temperature is
but
very
some part of
rising in
him or
here
her
because of
itamfanana.
DNA.
No, let
Yeah.
me tell you something. This happens.
And
Ita-
everything.
atakuwa na
happens.
DNA yangu but some part of
Okay. Looping, this happens. Unaona what happens? Nikilala na wewe, then I get pregnant. After getting pregnant, I sleep with him. Hizo sperms zake zinaenda zinani mtoto. Zina vitamin kitu kama vitamins. Yeah, something like
hii ni
that.
biology
So,
gani?
not that nikilala na wewe kama niko pregnant boli ya huyu hivyo ndio zinamata kama zita affect mtoi hiyo DNA ka ita affect mtoi ama hapana, but if not sijalala na huyu sijalala na wewe kama niko na boli ya huyu inaisha hivyo,
So-
because hiyo zinakuja direct.
Okay, fine.
But 32
Kenny,
hours ikisha
do
sperm
you
zinadie.
believe in soul ties?
Soul ties.
As a Christian? No, I'm talking to you as a Christian. Nakuuliza swali kama Christian.
No,
Don't talk
I want
as-
to answer as me as KD.
Okay,
not as a
okay,
Christian.
no, answer it. Do you believe in soul ties?
Soul ties. I don't.
You don't believe in soul ties?
Yeah.
Why don't you believe in soul ties? So you believe unaweza have sex with so many people as you want and nothing will happen to you, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies, a moment of
Of
silence.
course.
Okay,
Tukimalizana
me I'm
tunaenda.
thinking spiritually. If you look at things spiritually, when you have sex with someone, you spiritually have a connection with that person.
Of course, that is what we were trying to
And
tell
that is
Kenny
why
here. Until when two people have sex, they become one. How do they become one? Their souls are joined together.
And
You
that
know,
is
They
why-
become one.
and that
After-
is
That is why
why-
when you talk
Not their
about
souls. They become
body
one
counts.
because their parts were joined together.
No, so kituanisha parts they are not one.
They are not one.
We wacha wewe.
And
By the way,
After-
whom said na
I'm
patu
thinking
mtoe
that is
huku manze.
why, unaona ukipatana na your ex, hata kama mliachana 10 years,
Hey, thank you.
mkipatana tu,
Thank you so
unasikia
much,
tu,
Mr.
kuna
Director.
something is happening.
Now,
We
listen,
achana.
listen,
Hiyo
listen,
inakuwa
skiza.
ni emotions zako.
Those
Emotions
are
zako.
emotions
But
na-
mimi unaona mimi nikipata na ex hata afanye nini, that is nothing to me. Nothing.
Now listen, what assaulter refers to, okay? Assaulter refers to a deep, often spiritual or emotional connection between two people, potentially transcending the boundaries of a typical friendship or romantic relationship, and can be either positive or negative.
Umesikia ikisema aje deep emotional. Mimi nimekuja kwako tumehafak. What is deep emotional? There's nothing emotional
Oh
and
God,
deep.
wewe
there.
unasema nini wewe?
There's nothing deep and emotional there.
So what do you define? What do
When
you
have
refer
sex
as
without
deep?
being emotional
Okay,
Something-
involved.
what do you
deep,
refer as deep?
Something deep and emotional. Let me say like my husband and me in a house with our vows. Of course, that is deep and that is emotional.
Oh, God.
But a guy I met at the club,
So you mean if today I in this podcast I make vows to you, that is deep?
not vows. We are romantically connected.
How do you get romantically connected?
With someone you have been with, you have created
I'm
emotional.
asking,
you have invested your emotions in. That is how I
So
will
you
feel
mean sex
attracted.
has nothing to do with emotions,
No, there is sex.
and there is
Sex.
Uh-huh.
Na kuna sex ya ile ya emotions.
Uh-huh.
Na kuna sex ile ya fact.
hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Sex is sex, guys. Ukiwa umepewa
Ah.
sex kwa shamba and umeoa whatever, that is sex.
Nakwambia.
That is sex, and you still
After-
have soul ties. Msisikize Kelly,
After
you will
the,
get
this
lost.
whole
To
conversation,
Whatever you are going
ukitaka
to get
kukua
lost.
nini
After-
na body nini soul ziconnect lazima kukuwe na deep emotion.
What is deep emotion?
deep emotion?
What is deep emotion?
Kupatana na guy kwa club then uende mfuck, there's no deep emotion there.
First
It
of
is
all-
just fun.
first of
That
all,
is fun.
the
There's
fact
no
that-
deep
the fact that-
emotion. That is fun.
Guys,
the fact that
kulia.
the fact that
You
Ngoja,
try
ngoja.
everything we can to make Katie understand, and she's not
No.
understanding.
the
No.
fact that
Yeah.
umechagua huyo guy, mbona hujachagua wengine?
Si ati
Umechagua
kuchagua.
huyo ndo mkaenda na yeye kuhave your fun.
Oh God.
Si ati
That's
kuchagua,
emotions
si
involved.
ati nilichagua a guy saw me then nikaona by
Ukakubali.
the way I can do this thing, then I go then do this thing, even hata iko kwa mind.
The
Hata
fact
iko
the
kwa
fact
mind.
that umekubali
You're
already emotionally involved.
No.
Yeah.
No.
the fact
Jenny,
that umekubali
run.
you're already emotionally
Run.
involved.
Sasa kuna this guy mwenye nimeona by the way, this guy I can have something with him. Kuna this guy
What
mwenye
is
nimejua
that?
ni-
Do you-
What is
Having
that?
something with
What is
you.
that?
Hiyo ni nini?
What is that feeling?
Is it not an
Now that is in my emotions.
Hey,
It is
guys.
emotions. Sasa hiyo ndio nasema. Hiyo sasa nikienda kulala na huyo jamaa,
Uh-huh.
you will tell me that we are connected.
No.
But the guy nimekutana naye nika have naye nini one night stand.
Hiyo one night
Huwezi
hiyo one night
niambia
kulikuwa na
hakuna
emotions involved.
emotions. No, there's
There
no
were.
emotions.
There are no
there.
emotions.
If they were
Hey,
not,
hadi mnatumia
if they were not,
mate,
hamngefika
hakuna
hiyo
emotions.
point.
Hakuna
Mnatumia
emotions.
mate and they get wet. What is the emotions there?
Really?
hiyo mate
Hey,
te-
Wow.
hakuna emotions, hakuna connection,
Guys,
hakuna affection.
There's a very
I'm
big-
really sorry to
there's
say
a very
this.
big emotional
We
involvement.
are talking
there.
about emotions and sex. This topic is getting hotter and hotter. Na maana nimetoa jacket, but guys, hata nyinyi mkiwa hapo nyumbani mnajua tu sex is sex. Sex is ati hakuna emotions. Sex gani inanga emotions?
Yeah,
Wewe
yeah.
ulifanya wapi?
Hakuna.
Except guys, kama
Mkifika
mnataka
mkifika
sex
hiyo
bila
point ya sex,
emotions.
there's a lot of emotions involved.
Hapana.
sex has a lot of
Nasema,
emotions
no, no,
involved.
No.
Yeah.
Na sex ya fun. Hiyo is
Fun.
not emotion.
What is fun?
Ndo ifike hapo
Na
kwa
sex,
fun.
let me give you an example.
Kwanza
like
the
a
fact that-
prostitute mwenye anasimama kwa barabara, si ndio?
Eh.
Wamekutana wao. Do you want to tell me she has emotions on that guy?
It is sex.
No,
Connects-
we are talking
Hiyo ni
about
biz.
emotions.
No.
Deep emotions that make people join. Deep emotions.
Wow.
Deep emotion is
Wazazi-
what make people
wazazi
one.
wako-
One
wazazi
thing I
wako-
know in sex, lazima one party ikuwe na emotions.
Uh-huh.
Both parties
Thank
zinaweza
you.
kuwa hazina.
The
But
fact
sasa in prostitution, huyo prostitute hana emotion. But the one going there, imagine nimetoka kwa nyumba, nimevaa, nimeenda nimetafuta demo wa kulala naye. What is that? If not something mental.
hata the fact that
hiyo
umesema it's
nini
fun.
hiyo explanation ilisemaje deep emotion.
Hata the fact that umesema
But
it's
mimi
fun.
deep emotion is more sacred than just having fun with someone. It's more sacred. That's why inatetea hiyo part, because deep emotion to me, a deep emotion can only be the emotion to my husband or my boyfriend.
You're looking at this in a
That's
layman's language. Let us just try to
No, not
get,
in a layman's
it is that is a
language.
fucking layman's
You see,
language.
at the
I'm
fact
really
that-
sorry to say a fucking layman's language
Ngoja.
because
You
see,
right
ngoja,
now I'm
ngoja,
getting
ngoja
irritated
kiasi.
because
Umejua what you
what
guys
you're
mean,
talking
eh?
about here it's
What you
very
guys
it's
mean,
very
eh?
deep.
No.
No, listen
No,
fast.
it's not.
Listen because you're looking at sex as just like something that just happens.
No,
Okay?
no.
Nikakuchukua kidole
Listen.
nikakuchukua kidole uingize kwa mdomo and then you say nothing will happen. Nikakuchukua kidole yangu nikiingiza kwa mdomo you tell me nothing, there's no emotion there.
Now-
This we are talking about sex. God created sex, it was so sacred. Hadi akasema when two people come together, when a man and a woman they come together, it does not matter if this woman is a prostitute, it does not matter if this man is a prostitute or he does what. When two people come together and they're joined by sex, they become one body.
God
And
didn't
they
say
all-
they're
So-
joined by sex. Your nini is wrong.
Okay,
God didn't
when
mention
a
sex.
man
They just
and a
say
woman comes
and a
together.
woman come together.
What are they coming together to
hakuna verse
do?
inataja
What are they
sex.
coming together to do? Okay,
So-
what are they coming together to do?
Let me clarify something.
No. Just answer me. What are they coming
To
together
form a
to do?
companion.
How do you form a companion? How
They
do you
didn't
form
say-
a companion?
they didn't say you
No,
form a
tell me,
companion with
how
sex.
do you form a companion?
Even by living with someone, you can form a companion without sex. Okay, let me.
So
let
I
me
can stay
clarify-
with
let me
Lupin here.
clarify-
I can
let
stay
me
with
clarify
Lupin.
you
So I
something.
can stay with
Kuna
Lupin here.
place-
Tukae chini. Na tukuwe na one body because we
Now
tuko
this is
companion.
Lupin is not a woman. Look for a woman then see to.
Tunaweza kaa na dem hapa tukae na yeye companion tumekuwa one body.
Of course.
So sasa nyinyi ni
Oh
one
God,
body.
what are you saying?
So sasa hii ni one body juu tumekaa hapa.
Tumekaa hapa na
tukakaa
yeye mmekuwa na
Nimesema
companion.
mnaishi because
Wewe
unajua
what
the
are you
reason-
unasema
ona,
nini wewe?
ona.
Wewe bana.
Hiyo explanation haikusema with sex, deep affection. Deep affection.
we
As long as tumeka pamoja we have that deep affection, then we have one body.
No.
Unaweza kuwa usimamishi, unaweza kuwa unini, but we are. As long as we are married, we are one body.
You are not. How are you one body? What makes you one body?
Unataka
What
kumaanisha-
makes you one body is someone?
Nimesema what makes you, vile umesema hapo imesema aje, deep affection. Haijataja sex.
Okay,
It
deep.
didn't taja
Okay,
sex.
fine.
Hakuna sex
It didn't
hapo.
taja sex.
It
It
didn't taja
didn't taja
sex.
sex. So
Unataka
guys,
kumaanisha-
And
unataka
deep
kumaanisha-
affection, deep affection doesn't have to
unataka
be
kumaanisha
sex.
soul tie
Lupin,
inakuja ukivalishwa pete.
ukipenda
No,
mtu hapo nje,
no,
ukipenda
Sio ndio
no,
marriage?
no.
ukipenda
Sometime
mtu,
inakuja when you have a deep connection with someone.
how do you have a deep connection?
connection. Na sasa wewe unafikiria deep connection inakuja tu na sex pekee.
How do you have a deep connection? Tell me, how do you
Sidhani kuna any
nikukaa
deeper
hivi
connection
nikwambia
than sex.
nikupende nikwambia akiwa line
When
na
it comes
kulombo
to-
tu
So
na
kissing
kupenda
haiwezi kupea deeper connection.
No.
Romance haiwezi kupea
No,
deeper connection
no.
kama haina sex.
how do you do
Sex
romance
ndio inakupea hiyo deep connection.
sex
Unajua
is connects people together.
what you people don't get, what I'm saying, you know what you people are saying is that having everyone you meet, you have
Sex.
you are deep connection, you will have a deep connection with everyone you meet, and that's what I'm saying, that everyone, not everyone you have sex with, you have a deep connection with them. That's what I'm saying.
But it's still a soul tie. Understand
It's
that.
not-
It is
As
a-
long as hakuna deep connection, there is no assault.
Now let me take you
Hakuna
to
assault
another
tie.
realm of spiritual whatever spirituality. Do you know that everything you do is it's followed by a spirit? Do you know that? You know when you talk about soul,
I've never
we talk-
been to
no.
that realm.
Okay,
I don't
now
know.
that is why I'm
So,
trying to tell you.
judging to me, as I
that is
think,
why I'm telling you. You keep quiet. I educate you. Okay. Now, when you talk about soul, we're talking about something spiritual. We're talking about spirituality. Okay. So when you come, you and another woman, a man and a woman, they come together and they have sex. Sex is more than physical. It's more than emotional. It is spiritual. That is why they are joined and become one.
Thank you, teacher.
They become one soul.
that is just fiction.
It is not. I'm not talking about cartoon.
There's
I'm not
no-
talking about animation.
Hakuna-
I'm not talking about anything.
Hakuna, there's no proof for that.
That is a
There's
fact.
no proof.
That is a fact. Whether Katie, you say it's a fiction or whatever, it is a fact that will remain there. And everyone, you should understand this: that when you have had sex with someone, you have added a soul tie, not just a body count, a soul tie. And that is why it is very advisable before you get to either step here. I want to marry you. You get to know this person's body count. You get to know this person's
Let's say-
past. And now listen fast. this person's past. Okay, understand past yake. That's why you come together and break these soul ties.
Now let me ask you a question. Okay, I was with my first boyfriend, we had sex, what does it have to do? Do you want to say that it is affecting my life right now? Because I had a soul tie with him.
Totally affecting your life. It is. He is part of you. Whether kama uja break your soul tie, he is part of you. He's still part of you. He is in you. You carried him with you.
Hizo spams na zilikufa kitambo.
It is not all about spams here, yeah. Jaber, yeah. It is not all about spams dying. It is not. Don't look at it in a layman's language. Anyway, manze, guys. Anyway, when you talk about sex, tuongelei kuhusu spams. Jumina za kuhave sex na ni mwage nje. Za tumia condom. And I won't come in it. So does that mean that you're a soul tie? We have a fucking soul tie. Whether you fucking like it or not.
What if there is a how? If there is a deep
connection. Story ya soul tie, you don't understand story.
Kama kuna deep
connection.
Umejua
I believe soul tie.
Ngoja nimewapata. Wewe umesema Lupina umesema aje? Umesema kwamba ati sex nini it is done when there is sex, ndio? People come together when they have sex and they are joined, ndio? Na nimwambia hata nimesema Google imesema kwamba ni deep and affection, ndio? Connection, deep connection, ndio? Sasa ukihave sex na CD. Ukihave sex na CD bila emotions, you have a soul.
Bila emotions gani?
Lazima emotions ikuwe involved kwanza ndo have your sex. Another thing,
there's nothing deeper than unaweza kuwa have sex na msee, maybe we have emotions but the other party has emotions. Okay, the other party has emotions.
There's nothing deeper than sex.
I'm not carrying that person in me.
There's nothing deeper than sex, Ju. That's the deepest connection in partners wanaweza get.
Yes. Thank you so
kusema
much.
deep whatever.
Deep connection.
As long as kuna sex involved, that's the deep connection you are talking about.
Nimekuuliza swali. Ukienda pale kwa barabara, huyo ule prostitute ako nani? Huyo jamaa ametoka kwa nyumba, ako na deep connection na bibi yake.
Director, nitafutie
connection ya bibi yake. Umejua?
Nitafutie ile verse inasema kwa Biblia. Ngoja niambie director kitu. Nitafutie ile verse inasema, wait a minute. Whoever has sex and comes together with a prostitute, they become one body. Nitafutie your verse tafadhali. It is somewhere.
Do you believe in soulmate?
I believe anything to do with soul ties.
Soulmate.
So
like
whatever.
Like there's someone who was created specifically for you. Do you believe so?
I do.
And have you met them yet?
I don't know if that person is the one I've met or not, but I know there is.
How do you know? How does someone know? Me, I don't believe.
I don't believe in soul.
I don't know kama ni yeye ama sio yeye, but I believe there is a soulmate. That's why to nini that niliona like you can meet people, you are compatible. Unaweza meet mtu you are compatible in every way. But unapata like just one or two you are not together. One or two you are not together. There's that person who meet everything. It is opposite of what you wanted. But you still stay. That's when I say that.
Guys, mimi pagan kwa hii podcast lakini mimi ni la hubiri.
So listen to this.
Manzeni fungue chat yangu. Listen to this. 1 Corinthians 6:16 says, "Do you not know that he who unites himself with a prostitute." Kwanza unite himself with a prostitute means what? Kwanza nataka Kenya nijibu. Means what? Whoever unites himself with a prostitute means what?
Unite. Sex.
Yes.
There's a lot of need for unite.
No, and tell me,
it doesn't
whoever
mean sex.
Yeah?
It doesn't mean uniting with sex.
What can you
Sasa-
do together with
Sasa unataka kupinga mpaka na Bible.
Nataka kupingana na Bible.
Mnaweza amua uoe prostitute.
Wewe
It is still
bana.
united.
Wewe.
Okay, then continue it.
Okay,
Still united.
whoever unites himself with a prostitute is one body with her.
Of course.
But you are,
For
you
it
are
is
saying,
said-
you are saying no.
For it is said, the two will become one flesh. How do you become one flesh?
Whoever unites, it didn't say whoever has sex with a
Oh
prostitute.
God, oh
It
God,
didn't say
oh
that.
God.
Hiyo unite obvious
Hiyo
wana.
ni fact
No,
yenye-
hiyo
haijasema
unite
whoever
obviously
has
inamaanisha sex.
Unaona?
Wewe ndio wewe tu unatakataa hiyo point.
Hapana. What
Hiyo
this
hiyo
guy was
unite obviously
saying,
inamaanisha sex.
what Iana
What
was
is the
saying,
definition of the word unite?
unite is coming together.
To do what? To do what?
Even marriage is coming together.
To do what?
Umesikia hata
To
umesema
do
kama.
what?
It's still coming together.
To
Umesikia
do
hata
what?
umesema kama.
Unaona, as long as hiyo kitu haijataja sex. Tafuteni kitu
bana.
inataja
So
sex.
unasikia hata mwenyewe umesema
Nani
kami.
huyu?
Kama coming together.
Si ndio, so unaona unasema coming.
Huyu nani huyu?
Coming together means
Si unasikia unasema coming.
Omera.
Ama hajanirada bado.
Nauliza swali. The Bible talks about Adam and Eve. They knew each other and they bore their kid. Ndio. Does it say Adam had sex with Eve and they gave birth to a child?
No, it doesn't
How-
say that.
It says, what does it say?
Consummate. It
Consummate.
uses the word consummate.
So it does not use-
Consummate is
Roger,
sex.
How is consummate sex?
Consummate is sex.
How?
Because consummating is
Is what?
a man, something going in another thing. Like a man inside a woman. That is consummation.
Joining? What is joining?
Joining is putting things together.
And what
How
is
do you
consummating?
put a woman together?
Umedefine consummating as
Yeah.
coming together. Sindio? Now you can define joining as coming together.
Yeah.
So
Coming
joining,
to-
yeah,
now-
joining and consummating is the same thing.
If I
True or
take
false?
this and put this, you
No,
you
this
say
is
it's
not a
consummating.
woman. A woman.
No,
Yeah,
we are
wait.
talking- no,
This
I'm
is a very
ngoja,
bad
ngoja,
example that
Yano,
you're
ngoja
using. This is a
skiza.
very bad example.
Ngoja, I'm talking about
When we say
joining.
men deal with logic.
I'm talking about joining. Si ndio? Hii simu nikitoa hii nini hii cover na niekelee. This is joining.
No,
si ndio?
it's not.
It's
It's
joining
not.
them
It's not.
together.
That is touching.
It's not touching. Si ndio nasema nikizingiza. Nikizingiza hii ni joining.
They
Sawa,
become
hii ni
one body.
joining.
They
Si ndio?
become one
Mbona
body.
huwezi sema hii ni consummating?
It's the same thing. It's consummating.
No, joining and consummating is not the same thing because joining applies to
Consummating, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Roger, what is
Everything
joining?
that can
Let
come
me ask you
together.
a
Joining applies to everything
Get
that comes together.
Yeah.
But consummating only applies to sex.
They got an extra
Why?
focus
How?
on a
Why?
big
It applies to sex because it is
Kedi
only
says
a
so.
word
Because
used.
Kedi says so.
No, not Kedi say so. Hebu
says
tafuta
so?
meaning ya consummating. Tafuta meaning ya consummating. Kwa nini? Usikie kama
No,
watasema it is joining.
tumekuota
No.
the Bible amekataa.
No.
Guys amekataa. Ni sawa amekataa. So guys turudi kwa point yetu ya kwanza, paying the dowry. Should we continue paying the dowry? Hey God. We are going to get to blows and our feelings and our emotions are continue to be
What?
flare.
Umepata?
Consummating imekukataa.
Sikia, consummating is the action of making a marriage or relationship complete by having sexual intercourse.
Si umetaja sasa.
Sinaona venye
Kwani
imemkataa.
nilikuwa nasema nini? Si ndio nilikuwa nasema joining is taking two things and putting them together. But consummate nimesema Bible ilitumia the word consummating. Haikutumia joining, ilitumia consummate.
Ulisema
Wanafaa tumia
pia
consummate
mahali
kila
kwa
pahali,
sex.
si ndio?
No, kama ni sex inafaa waseme to make someone have a soul of someone they must consummate. Wakitumia kama soul tie watumie jina consummate, not coming together. You can put things together but wakitumia the word consummate hiyo wanamaanisha
So you're
ni
telling
sex.
me everywhere in the Bible wanataja consummate. Hadi
So,
time yenye Abraham
let me
alienda na
ask a
Sarah.
question. Nataka kurudisha tu place tulikuwa. Adam and Eve. One thing we are sure about, they had sex. Ndio maana wapate mtoto. Si ndio?
Yes.
Now we want to know the word that the Bible used. Si ndio? It says, now Adam knew his wife Eve. What is the meaning of knew? To know.
To know.
What is to know? Kujua. So unataka kusema Adam alikaa hivi akajua bibi yake alafu akapata mtoto.
Hebu continue. Hujamaliza? Ulikuwa unasoma.
Imeisha.
Hujamaliza?
Now Adam knew his Eve.
That doesn't prove anything kama imefika hapo. It doesn't prove anything.
I'm reading
Hata
a
some.
verse.
And
Yeah.
listen,
And
listen,
then
please.
another thing you should know. Why am I reading this verse? Can you tell me why am I reading it?
Well, you know the reason you are reading.
So
Or
you
else
don't
write
know
it.
the reason.
So
don't
that
know
you
the
can
reason-
understand.
You don't know the reason I'm trying to read this verse. Do you know the reason?
Oh God.
Yes, the reason is to prove you wrong.
To tell you there is
But
The
that
reason,
doesn't
this is the reason. Let me tell you. The reason I'm reading this is to tell you that not si lazima word sex itumiwe. You can replace many words with sex. According to the Bible, it replaced sex with new.
Thank you.
Of which we say, if you argue like Kedi, you will say, no, the Bible does not say sex.
No,
It says he knew.
Yeah, and he
Sasa,
looked at his
why?
wife and
now,
he knew his wife.
now
and they had
let me
children.
ask you a question, Mesma. Now tell me that why are you saying that they said joining? They didn't say sex. Now I'm saying
That joining means
No,
sex.
wait.
Okay,
Wait.
According to that verse.
Now I'm saying that joining in marriage. What you are just assuming they said they used joining for sex. They didn't use it for marriage. According to that verse unasema ya Adam na Eve. God told Adam na Eve consummate and fill the world.
No.
He told them
The
to
Bible in Genesis.
need the
I'm
word.
reading the Bible.
We are talking about. We are talking
I'm
about.
reading the Bible.
This is the
here.
Bible here.
Genesis
It is the
chapter
Bible.
4. I'm reading the Bible.
Okay, read.
It says, now Adam knew Eve,
And
his
then?
wife, and she conceived and bore Cain.
Yes.
And
please-
said, I have acquired a man from the Lord.
Yes, and pia tumesoma ingine yasema 1 Corinthians
Sasa,
6:16.
mimi-
Listen. When a man unites with a prostitute, they become one
They
body.
become one.
Now mi sijakata ni vile nyi mna assume ya kwamba unite means only sex.
Si pia
Nini
Not
means
only.
sex? Chenye nasema ni
Not
kwamba
only.
what if unites means marriage?
no.
What if unites means other thing? What you are saying is that unite means sex. What I'm
Because
saying
now
it
listen,
doesn't mean
listen,
sex.
Kedi, listen, Kedi,
When
Kedi,
we
listen.
say
Coming
Kenya is
together.
united, we don't mean kila mtu have sex na each
Listen.
other.
Na sasa
Listen.
hapa kwa hii point what you
Uh-huh.
are making it seem what you are making it
Kwa hiyo
seem
verse ndio
ni kama-
ilimaanisha hivyo.
Sio hiyo
Now,
verse.
skiza,
I'm not
Kedi,
talking about the
Kedi,
verse.
Kedi, skiza. When we are reading this verse, hii verse iliandikwa in the context of sexual immorality. To show you how sex joins people. You should go and read 1 Corinthians chapter 6 yote, and you'll understand the context of which imeandikwa. It is not in the context of marriage. It is in the context of when two people come together, they have sex. What happens? Okay? So you should not talk about the context of marriage in this verse.
What I'm talking
So
about
when
is
I'm saying
is soul ties.
yes,
That
that is
what
why
I'm
that
against.
is why it is saying when they come together, they become one body.
They come together. Even kwa
What
church
does
when
it
you are
mean?
getting married, they say you have become one. Kwani mnakwanga mme have sex kwa church?
Okay.
Wakati pastor anasema you have become one, inakwanga mme have
I
sex.
have a question.
What I'm saying ni kwa sex it is not the only thing that makes people come one. Even marriage makes people come one. Hata kama mja have sex. That is why even the pastor says you have become one. Even the Bible says that.
What
Where?
is marriage? What is marriage? Do you know why people abstain till marriage? Unaprohibitiwa ku have sex until you marry. Si ndio?
Yeah.
But when you marry wanakwambia you have now become one.
One. Before
Meaning,
you do sex.
You can now have sex because
Yeah.
you are one.
But you are
Meaning-
one before you do sex,
meaning-
not after sex.
Yeah. When you do sex you are
Unajua
So
One-
when they
yeah.
say you're one, your soul is one.
Tulia
Sindio?
kwanza.
So which means you have a soul that
Kedi.
Kedi, no, Kedi.
Let me remind
No.
you something first. One of the thing tukianza hii podcast you said there is no soul tie. Right now
I said-
you have said when
I
you
said-
join you have soul tie.
No, I said there is no soul tie with everyone you are with you meet with. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
said.
You
soul
have
tie
sex with-
comes with after sex.
No.
After sex. That is when you become one. After sex.
And me what I'm saying.
you know
Soul tie comes with
unajua
a deep affection.
Kedi,
Deep
unajua
affection.
unajua
That's-
ame
yeah,
ame
that's-
mistake.
yeah.
That's why the pastor says hakuna hiyo wakati mnakuwa married. Nimeuliza tu swali. Wakati mnakuwa married mnakuanga mme have sex.
Unajua una
Ndio
confuse.
nasema-
Ngoja,
Nasema-
ngoja.
Sijai
Pastor
sikia
huwa
pastor.
anasema, you
Ndio
are-
nakukonfia.
ngoja.
Tulia.
Pastor huwa
Hapana.
anasema,
Mimi singoji.
Acha amalize hiyo point.
nimalize. Pastor huwa anasema you are now one body and one soul.
So
Huwa anasema hivyo. Kwani mnakuwa mme have
ngoja
sex?
nikuulize swali.
What
before
makes
uende-
a man one body and one soul?
Ngoja before uende mbali. What happens after amesema you are now one? What happens?
You are now one.
Mnaambiwa aje? And then honeymoon. Mfanye nini? Mbona muambia
Fulfill the word.
Labda Kedi nafikiria tukiambiwa tuende honeymoon.
Oh,
tunaenda
mnaenda tu
tukakule honey,
mnaimba.
Spirit of moons.
Unajua keje kuna kitu ame mistake.
Hakuna
Yana
kitu.
ngoja ana mistake difference ya between marriage na wedding.
No, not marriage now.
Marriage wedding si marriage
No.
na marriage si wedding.
Chenye nasema ni kwamba
Wedding ni just
what
a
I'm saying
ceremony.
ni one thing. Having a soul tie, it is not a must you have sex. Yes, it is one of them, but not a must.
It is a
Having
must.
a soul tie is deep affection. Deep affection. If I feel this guy romantically
Do you
to me,
feel this guy with your soul? Do you feel this guy with your soul?
I
Una
feel
feeling
this
ina
guy
soul
with
yako?
my body.
Yeah?
My body.
And how do you
Which
become?
my body connects
how
to
do
my
you have
soul.
soul ties when you feel for like? How do you have
My body
soul
connects.
ties?
Now, where is your soul?
My soul is in me.
Now,
So I
if
have
your
to get
body
into
feels,
you.
if your body feels, your soul should feel. Senor.
What?
Your soul is in your body. Senor.
When my body
No,
fails,
that
listen.
is wrong. A soul, according to Google, it is not the physical part.
Yes.
It's emotion.
Now,
It's emotion.
where is your emotion? In you.
emotions.
in you.
So-
And how do I take what is
Soul.
in me into
what
you?
leads to
Emotions,
sex? What leads to
conscience.
sex? Is it not emotions?
It's emotions.
And we are saying that a soul
Thoughts.
is carried through emotions.
Mm-hmm.
When you have deep emotions,
Mm.
there is a soul tie.
Yeah.
You, Kedi, have said that you must have emotions to have sex. True or false?
Deep emotions.
You must have emotions
Yeah.
to have sex.
Yeah.
True or false?
True.
Unajua mnaweza kuwa na dem place moja na atoe nguo na you don't have sex.
Yeah. That's
Why?
true. That's true because hakuna emotion.
Yeah, there is no deep emotions.
Yeah.
There can be emotions. Ndio maana nimemtoa huko nje nikamleta hadi kwa nyumba. Hiyo ni emotions. But ndio ni have sex, lazima kuwe na more than just normal emotions. There must be a deeper emotion.
Nikuulize.
That
Those people who
tulia
rape
kwanza,
kids.
tulia kwanza. After now that deep emotions ndo inakuja soul ties.
Hasa nikuulize.
Yeah.
A person who has raped someone,
Yeah.
is there a soul tie?
Yes.
There is a soul
Yes,
tie.
there is.
Because there is deep emotions.
There is sexual intercourse. There is sexual intercourse.
Unajua aje?
there
souls
were
to come together lazima soul
there
ya
were-
huyu mtu lazima kila
Inakuja
party
aje?
ikuwe na
Inakuja aje
emotion.
kwako?
Hapana,
Hii
lazima
soul-
wewe
okay,
unifeel,
soul
mimi
ties ni
nikufeel.
nini? Soul
Ndio,
ties-
Unajua-
hakuna vile soul yangu
unajua
inaweza
hapo
die
kuna-
kama wewe unanifeel na mimi sikufeel. Soul yangu
unajua
itadai
kuna
aje na
emotions
wewe?
hapo.
There's
I
one
told
Because
you.
I had sex with you.
No.
Kuna emotions
No.
involved.
Soul doesn't die because of sex. It dies because of emotions.
No,
Kama
no,
mimi
no,
sina
no.
emotions
Kedi,
kwako,
kuna
soul
kitu
yangu
moja
haizi die.
una-
Kuna
unasahau.
emotions iko involved
Unaona
hapo.
soul tie, it may be positive or negative. Yeah? Hiyo ya raping na nini? It's a negative soul tie.
Now, it is
Marriage
the same na
is
mtu
positive.
prostitute. It's the same as prostitute.
But it is
Wewe
a
ukikuja
soul tie.
kwangu unilipe, nikupe nini? Mimi sina emotions
Yeah,
kwako.
but mimi
That
niko
is my
nazo.
work. Wewe uko
Mimi
nayo,
niko
si ndio?
nazo.
How will my soul tie with yours?
Because you have had
I
sex.
There is a deep emotion.
No, so ndio tunasema vizuri. Nini imetuambia kwamba it ties when there is emotion. Sasa mnasemaje
When there
kuna
is
soul
deep
tie?
emotion.
Mimi sina deep emotion kwako.
But mimi niko nazo.
But sasa soul yangu itataa aje na wewe? Itataa aje? Si soul yangu itakataa.
As long as there is
Soul yangu itakataa.
yeah, as long as there is deep emotion.
Between
Hata mimi niko
two,
nazo.
between two, deep emotion between two people, not one person.
Na si kuna
guys,
hata hapo kwa
let
rape
us-
unajua kuna emotions.
Remember guys,
Lazima mimi
guys,
nikubali.
guys, kizeni.
Lazima mimi-
Remember,
hakuna vile,
we
Unajua-
still have some other things to discuss in this podcast.
Hakuna
So
vile
let
soul
us.
yangu itatai na
We
wewe kama mimi
need to
sijakubali.
conclude.
Lazima
Unajua
nikubali.
We
unajua
need
bado
to
kuna
conclude
emotions
this.
involved. Hata
Okay?
kusema deep
Calm
emotions.
down.
Sasa ndio mimi nasema
Breathe.
mimi sina emotions.
Just breathe.
Itatai
Okay.
aje.
Uko nazo.
Okay.
No.
When you're being
Uh,
raped, uko na emotions. That
Ati
is
ukirana
that.
huyu,
Si
ati
usikie.
ukiripiwa uko na
Sijamaliza
emotions.
point, tulia. Uko na emotions which is anger. Umejam juu na kurape. Mimi niko emotions juu.
Nataka hii kitu.
Yeah, umeona. So kuna
unataka
emotions
kusema-
involved.
So unataka kusema umejua
Kuna
kwenye
emotions
nimesema
involved.
deep affectionate
No.
emotions.
Sasa wewe uko na
Affection
Rudy
umeongeza.
soul ties. Rudy soul ties.
Umeongeza affection.
Rudy
Abu,
soul ties.
uliza hapo,
Rudy soma
how
ya-
do soul
soma-
ties happen?
soma
How do soul
explanation.
ties happen?
Soma explanation.
So guys,
hiyo tushasoma how soul ties them.
A soul tie refers to a deep, often spiritual or emotional connection between two
Deep.
people.
Yeah.
Potentially-
Often. Tena imetumia jina often. Si once. Often.
Often spiritual.
Often. So
Spiritual.
mki have sex again and again
It
and
is
again.
skia.
no.
Can
You are
let me-
misusing
let me-
English.
Ngoja. Let me read first. And then Sando tuelewe. A soul tie refers to a deep and often spiritual or emotional connection between two people, potentially transcending the boundaries of typical friendships or romantic relationships, and can either be positive or negative. Now, Kedi, what were you saying? Tuanze hapo.
Before ongee,
Between two
I will ask, how do soul ties happen? How do soul ties occur? How do they occur? Because I want that point it happen. Tukuje tuelewe vizuri sana hapa. How do soul ties happen? We need to understand that, because one thing we know that soul ties, you cannot just have a soul tie with us, because you have just
it happens
some
it
deep
happens
emotions.
it happens when you, during the
Yes,
sexual
when you come
intercourse
together, when you consummate.
during the sexual intercourse there's exchange of
Hakuna
body
mahali
fluids.
sex imetajwa.
There's
Wametaja
exchange of
tu
body
as
fluids.
nini.
No,
So-
they were
Emotion.
defining. They
Hakuna
were
mahali
defining.
sex imetajwa.
They were defining soul ties. Now we want to know how soul ties occur.
So, this is how soul ties are formed. Number one is prolonged interactions and intimacy.
Intimacy.
That is, of course, hiyo ni self-explanatory, si ndio?
Yes.
Kuna shared experiences and values, which includes common interests, values, beliefs,
Without
or
sex.
even shared traumas. That is point number 2. What was point number 1?
Intimacy.
Yeah, so don't say without sex. Sex was point number 1.
Yeah, mi sikukata.
Number 2 is shared experience and values. Number 3 is deep emotional bonds, such as those found in family or close friendships. Yeah. Kuna number 3 vulnerability. Number 4 vulnerability and openness. Yeah. And then there is physical intimacy. Yeah.
Physical ya kuona mtu na utamani.
Physical ni sex, kissing, nini.
Physical intimacy.
Yeah, touch. That is something physical.
Yes.
So formal commitments such as vows or marriage.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Only that is 1 out of 8.
No. Unajua kwa hizo zote chenye nyinyi mlikuwa mnasema ni moja, sex, intimacy. Hiyo ni number 1.
It has
Sasa wewe ulikuwa
mimi
unaikataa.
sikuwa nakata. Chenye nilikuwa nasema ni hivi. Chenye nilikuwa nasema ni kwamba soltai, it doesn't have to be like kila nyenye unani is a soltai.
First of all, you don't.
Unaona? Like wewe ukini feel na mimi siku feel.
We have sex.
Na mimi siku feel.
We have sex.
There's no assault time.
There
We
is,
have
ndio
sex.
hiyo hapo
Hiyo
imesemwa
ndio nilikuwa
hapo.
nasema.
Imesemwa.
Chenye nasema ni kwa
that.
then nikasema kwamba mkienda kwa church when you are married, a pastor says that you are now one body, one soul. What I was saying ni simple. It doesn't have to be sex for you to be one soul and one body. That's what I was saying.
But now,
it doesn't have to
here,
be.
But now what we have learned here, it is one of the things
But
that,
it is.
that is sex.
Yeah, one of
that
the
is
things.
Another is vows and 8 more.
Unakumbuka ukiniuliza sasa nikukupea vows itakuwa soul time. Unakumbuka ukiniuliza?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Nikwambia.
But we need to have
Niliwaambia si sex
conclusion.
peke yake.
Yes.
That is what I was arguing. Not only sex.
That's
what I was
I have
asking.
something to add. One day I went with my friend to ask for a wedding from the pastor to make an arrangement for a wedding. So the first question that we were asked is, do you know each other? So what literally do you think the pastor was asking us?
Sa unakumbuka verse yenye Mesa alisoma hapa?
Kwanza
Adam knew
answer
Eve.
me first.
Na najibu. Adam knew Eve. Sindio? Nikasema aje, there is different ways of knowing someone. There's different need for know. Sasa pastor alikuuliza, do you know each other? Maybe pastor was asking, do you know her tabia zake? Huh?
No.
Maybe pastor was asking,
Maybe,
do you
it's
know?
maybe.
Maybe
It's true,
pastor
it's
was
true.
asking, do you know her sexually? Maybe pastor was asking, unajua nini zake, like emotionally. Do you know her emotionally, physically, mentally, or sexually? So you can't just assume pastor was asking you if you know her sexually. You can't just assume.
So guys, we have concluded that in order for us to you have had sex with someone out there, it does not matter whether you had emotions or whatever. That's a soul tie. Ile kwa church wa bibi na bwana wamekelewa mikono anointed man of God. That still they connects the soul together in that place of worship. That's still a soul tie, and many other more. Just we are here to learn. We are here to educate each other. Sindio? Yeah, we say they're saying that the literate of the 21st century, they are not those who cannot read and write. They're those who cannot unlearn and relearn. We continue. Tulikuwa kwa story ya kupea dawari. Wewe Lupino unaweza lipa mari.
Naeza cause it's required, but I don't think it is a must.
It is a must. Sindio?
I don't think it's a
Unaona hiyo
must.
story inaisha bana.
Nalipa tu juu they require me to do so.
Hiyo story
But I
inaisha.
don't think it's a
Why
must.
do you
'Cause
think it's not a must?
I'm not buying you. Si unanipenda mimi nakupenda. Si we come be one. Lazima
Do you know what it means for a woman to leave her home and come to your home?
What does it mean?
Yeah, it means you love me.
You pay
and
dowry.
it,
You pay dowry because this woman is leaving her family to join your family. You don't
So,
pay dowry
see, that
because
means
you're
I'm buying you.
someone. No, it's not buying. It's not buying someone.
I'm paying the dowry,
The dowry
because
is to say thank
you are coming to
No,
join.
no. The dowry is to say thank you to the parents who gave birth and raised this woman.
So I am supposed. So if it is a
Thank
thank
you.
you,
It is to
I'm
say
supposed to
thank you.
decide how much I'm going to say thank
So
you.
I'm the one
Don't tell
supposed
me
to-
I'm supposed
exactly.
to one damn.
Okay,
I'm
that
the
is
one who's
okay.
supposed to
You
decide.
can choose.
Of
But
which is
dowry,
still not
dowry,
necessary.
You guys don't take dowry as buying someone. No.
No,
It is a thank you for giving me this wonderful woman. It's a thank you.
No, I think for us Africans it is mandatory for us to just pay
Just
dowry.
because they say so.
Okay.
Before it was before.
It was. Sasa mandatory.
Cultural.
It is not mandatory.
Ai,
Si
nowadays
lazima
watu wengi wanaishi kama we stay tudanganyana. Si watu wengi wako kama stay in a still marriage.
Ni kweli. So hapo kwa paying dowry ni ukiamua kulipa wewe lipa, ukiamua usipe.
It kulingana na familia, how they believe and how they want.
And still if the capability of the man,
the capability of the man. So unaweza enda kwa family then wakuulize 1,000 cows. So kitu kama unataka chukua na kama utaki achana.
Kwanza wacha nikushow.
So kama siwezi afford hiyo dowry ni
kwa WhatsApp ukipata dem Kikuyu,
you can't look for a woman you can afford.
If you had a
now
Kikuyu
isn't that buying?
No, it's not
to afford. Sio nimegadi sija ku afford, so siwezi kana wewe.
It is not necessary buying.
Like
according to her,
that you are not paying the dowry to the woman. You are paying
to the parents. I know.
Huh?
So see, I'm buying you from your parents.
No, you are not buying me.
So if I can't,
parents wameka chini. Do you know what they calculate to near dowry? They calculate masomo.
That's their duty.
They calculate nini hizo zote.
That's their duty. Unafaa kusomesha.
Na kuna
ni sawa.
familia.
By the way, wakipiga hiyo hesabu hivyo wanasema ni aje huyu mtu
pia mimi nimesoma.
Tumetengeneza hadi akafika hapa. Kwa hivyo hii pesa yote
tumetumia
lipa akue wako.
Lipa akue wako. Juu pia wewe unataka kukuja kwangu. Pia unanitaka kama unitaki.
Mimi sasa wewe mbona usikuje kwetu nikulipia dowry? There are men who are being paid for dowry.
Wapi?
Yeah. China,
India.
you pay dowry to the man.
It's India.
India.
If we are paying the dowry, then it should be both of us, because even me I was raised.
Pia mimi nimesoma, nimelelewa vizuri.
You don't
siku za leo liko mkubwa.
So we compromise. Sema.
Naweza lipa dowry, yes, but if you leave your family and join mine. Because if the dowry nikitoka kwenye kama kubali kutoka kwenye kuje kwetu, then I should be the one paying the dowry. But if I'm the one leaving my family coming to yours, then you should pay dowry.
Sisi wale wa familia zetu tunakuja pamoja.
Niambie guys, that is not buying her.
The dowry is not for me. It is for my family.
Niambie, if that's not buying, then what is it?
No,
the
society norms is that they take dowry as a form of payment. We are paying you. That is why the parents sit down and calculate. Nenda university akatumia 1 million, so tunaweka 1 million hapo hivyo. Kwanza Lupin ukitafuta dem Kikuyu, let me tell you, hata mbuzi so moja na mbuzi moja ni 10,000. Piga hesabu yako vizuri.
So kila family iko na perceptions.
Yaani yoni mita, alafu kuna vitu kadhaa. Sherehe zinakuwa kama 7. Na kila sherehe ni 1 million.
Umejua
7 million, yoni Range Rover. Think wisely. So the paying of the dowry, it's
just story si messy basi.
Unaona hii.
It's overrated.
Kuna families, every family has a reason why they put a price on dowry, ndio. Kuna family whereby they see that okay, this girl it's a way like appreciating, so they don't mind no matter how girl amesoma kafika wapi ama umefanya nini, they don't mind that. They just say okay, bring 2 cows, then you can take your wife. It is just they take his appreciation. Na kuna family
uko ni wapi?
No, nowadays hakuna cha clan. People deal with as a family.
Kwani kuna clan?
Sikuiza hakuna clan. Hakuna ati wazee kukuja kusema ati
kuna zenye bado wako.
Kwetu ziko.
In our place they are still there.
Wazee lazima.
Sisi lazima familia yetu ndio inasema.
Hata mzee mwenye hata hakukulea, unaambiwa wewe lazima umpe mbuzi.
Babu wangu ndiye atamua. Sasa kuna family yenye inaona, kuna family yenye hadi iko na competition. Inasema nani alileta hii dowry, lazima huyu hawezi toka hapa with this dowry. Na kuna family yenye inaona their daughter is so valuable. It's so valuable that it doesn't matter whether ukimchukua ama ukimchukua. Na kuna wenye anaona huyu amekuwa burden. Wacha ishie.
Nakupigia sababu kwanza.
So
wetu akona diploma in catering. Yani 100,000.
Imagine mimi ni baba yako. Wewe ni dem. Chali amekukujia anasema atalipa 100k dowry. Na kuna mwingine mwenye anaona anaweza lipa 500k. Of course everybody is greedy. So wewe kama huwezi fikia price na nini kata.
Sasa wewe utaenda kwa 500k.
Ama dema na 200k.
Sasa wewe ndo sasa hapo ni wewe si wewe ndo
unaamua. Hata nikuulize Kedi nikuulize. Imagine wewe una earn, alafu bwana wako tunafaa kulipa mahari. So wewe bwana wako kwambia unisaidie kulipa mahari. Unaweza msaidia?
Yeah, I can.
Wonderful, great.
I can. Yeah.
Unaweza taka bibi yako kusaidia?
Now to stop that in our place, what we does is
what does you does?
What happens is
What does you does?
The price that your mother was bought is the same price that that girl is going to be
Exactly.
paid the dowry for.
Thank you.
So what
you.
happens?
Thank you.
That's what happens to your clan.
Yes, that is what.
Huwezi toka pesa mingi kuliko mama yako.
Yes.
Mama yako is more valuable than you.
Nasikia
Kama
pia,
Mark
nasikia
alibaiwa
pia
na
kama
bao.
kama yeye
Tuo-
kutolewa mahari
Autoi?
pia wewe utatoa.
Autoi?
Sisi kwetu, if you want to marry a girl na babako akulipa mahari, lazima mtalipa baba kwanza.
Sisi.
Yeah.
Ndo
ndio
alipiwe.
baba ajikata
Lazima
busi,
mlipe
ndio
ya
hivyo,
baba.
ndio hivyo.
So as a family, kama we kijana mwenye unataka kuoa, unaweza amua ulipe ya baba ndio uoe ndio ufanye wedding, ama familia ya huyo msichana wanaweza kaa wa discuss waamue ya kwamba wacha tulipe mahari ya baba ndio nani alipiwe mahari.
Ama hii mahari ya msichana
Because
ipeleke
kama
huko.
hujalipiwa mahari, of course you can't have a wedding. So if you want to have a wedding, lazima baba yako alipe mahari.
I like your choice of words. You have said kuripa.
Wewe mzee.
Kumbe umepata tu point nilikuwa nasema.
So are we advocating for people to pay dowry or not?
Mimi no.
Watu wasilipe mahari.
Mimi hata sister yangu
Ni
akiolewa aende.
hapo
tu.
si
Ai, we bro.
Usilete hizo ng'ombe.
one thing I can say, paying a dowry ni choice ya boy na dem.
Wakikaa chini
So
wa decide.
then muamue ya kwamba mtalipa dowry or you want to get it depends with the form of marriage you want to get with. Ukiamua kama ni wedding, of course you have to pay dowry. Huwezi wed mtu juu hiyo ni wedding yenye kama mama ni kama stay.
So hiyo inafanya
Hivyo
kama
mnakaa mtu na mna stay. Hivyo. So I
Hii
think
inafanya
nowadays
kama-
it's a
By the way,
choice.
next
Nowadays
we are going to talk about weddings. I think this paying dowry ni ile kupeleka itango ratio, si ndio? Ratio. It's a form of marriage. It's a form of wedding, some sort of wedding, traditional weddings. Si ndio? See, it's true. It's a traditional.
Yeah.
that is
Kuna
usual.
introduction afu kuna hiyo bride sijui hiyo ya
Kwa ile introduction mzee
Kuna introduction na kuna ya kupeleka mahali.
Naleta mgeni. Alafu sasa
alafu kuna ya kupeleka
like
mahari.
the culture that I know is kwanza udema asema kwao naleta mgeni. So wachukua bishi zako mnaenda. Alafu don't behave kama ni wewe. So mkienda huko asijue ni wewe. So wazazi wako takosa ni huyu ama ni huyu ama ni huyu. Mnaenda mnakula, mnaacha shopping ni umeleta, hawajajua nani, alafu mnaishia. So the next time ni kukuja dem anapatiwa pombe Moratina. Nisijui ni Moratina ama nini. Mzee ni nini? Thank you. Moratina. So wanakuja na the friends wanakuja naye. So ile tei anafaa kupatia yule mzee. Sawa? So jua in all these occasions mnaacha do. Sawa? Bado hujalipa mahari bro. Bado.
Sasa si
So hapa
ni
anakuja na kuchagua. Ni
Si
wewe.
dem anaenda.
Si dem anapatiwa
Sasa
tei, anaekewa pombe,
si ni dem
anaenda
anaspend.
anapatia ni huyu saa shika. Iyano nakunywa. Nikikubali, nikikunywa ni kama nimemaanisha nimekubali kumchukua. So alafu nyinyi mnapeleka pale kwa mzee anawabariki. Hiyo sherehe inaishi wapi? Inaishi hapo. So hizo next sijui. Alafu kwanza kuna kulipa mahari sasa. Unaambiwa sasa huyu msichana wetu ako na dimples. Hizi dimples ni mbuzi 10. Na kila mbuzi 10,000. Hiyo ni 100,000 ya dimples. Huyu mtoto wetu amesoma diploma in security. Hizo ni mbuzi mbao. Before you realize ni mbuzi so.
Tell me if that's
But
not
sasa,
business.
paying
Okay.
dowry, is it paid by the man or the family of the man?
The
family of
if
the
the family
man.
says to help
When
you.
you wanaenda kunegotiate dowry, is it
Ni
you
wazee.
or you
Actually you are not
your
even
family?
there.
We are
It's
to
the wazee,
So,
the clan.
wenye
the wazee.
wanalipa ni niniwe wanachanga then wanalipa mahari.
Azi wanaweza kaa hivyo waende pale waambiwe
Haiko-
niaje tunataka mbuzi 100 waseme 80. Sawa 80. Alafu kuja kwambie
Umesikia
they can
ni
say to
80
help you or not.
zinatakikana.
Or not, yeah.
They can decide. It's a choice. It's a choice.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You know now, vile mnasema mambo ya dowry. Now there is a challenge because when you are paying this dowry, you are not the one to determine how much you are going to pay. You
Yes.
are being told by those who are
They are kinsmen.
yes, they are the one to say how much they will pay and how much they will receive.
Yes.
So now you see that.
Yes, but the
That's
good
what I'm
thing is in some tradition a lady should never be bought more than the mother. Kama mama alinunuliwa mbuzi
That is not
200,
in our tradition.
you should not. Actually, your mother is more valuable than you because your mother brought you this world. So you're not supposed to be bought more than your mother.
How do you put a value on a person?
No, it's you. A
You
person
know,
is valueless.
You know,
A person
you know,
is
Yano,
valueless.
you say that because you take dowry as a buying.
No,
But
no,
if
no,
you
no, no,
say,
no.
you know, dowry dowry to me, dowry is, it should be given. Hata mi naona ni kama a man should be deciding that what will I give my lady, what will I give the family of my lady. If a man decides that it's
Ujasikia point
I
umesema
support
si
you, hapo
wewe
nakusupport, hapo
unadecide
nakusupport.
how much you're going to take care.
Nimesikia, but sasa chenye nasema
Inafaa.
to me, inafaa ikuwe hivyo.
Yeah.
Because huyu mtu atakuwa nalipa kulingana na vile ameona how I value this woman. Atakuwa anaona like
I support you.
hiyo itakuwa like how I value. Ingekuwa
I
hivyo
support you.
mwanaume
Alafu ile
anaamua.
siku niko na
Nani,
bad moods ndio
Naamua.
kuna decide.
So even the lady should be given the nini kukubali ama kukataa. Should be given
That is why we leave it to the parents, wacha wa decide there, because sasa sisi wanaume tukiamua ku decide. When mlisema men's are whatever, men's are heartless. That is why you'll see the heartless men.
Men are
Bana,
dogs.
hivyo sasa itakuwa pure because you now that shows how you value someone.
I think that
It
one
comes
should-
from the heart.
That one should not be allowed. If such a thing happens,
Mi siwezi lipa.
some of the ladies will not get paid.
We will never
Si ndio
appreciate
hiyo
that.
nasema. Sitalipa.
Now let me ask you a question. Nowadays, how many people pay the dowry?
We are going to pay.
It doesn't
future.
matter. It doesn't matter because someone who wants to get married will marry,
To
and
pay-
someone who wants to pay will pay.
It matters.
It doesn't change anything.
Everyone pays the dowry, but
I think
asking
kuna
me
culture
when-
bado wako
asking
strong
me
kwa hiyo
when,
kitu.
It doesn't
after
make-
how long?
It
But
It
matters.
doesn't change.
Unajua dowry ina matter kwa nini? If you want to be recognized as part of that other family. Yeah? But if ni mimi na wewe tumeamua ni mimi na wewe, sitaki wazazi wangu wajue wazazi wako nini, hiyo haina shida. But the moment I want to introduce you home or I want to go to your home, I want us to become one family, then I must pay.
Yes, it actually true.
It's a must.
The moment you take me to your
No.
parents,
It's a sign like sawa mchukueni sasa ni wenyu sasa kuanzia
So,
leo.
when do
Yeah.
I decide
Menunua,
you want to
nichukue enda
pay?
nayo.
Sindio?
yes, that is
You
where you
decide
start
want to pay.
calculating.
Sindio?
Kujua ni
So
pesa
that means
ngapi.
that you value a woman. The man might decide to pay. Sindio?
No, hata wenyewe wanaweza kuwa msee halipi juu because of some reasons, maybe ana ile financial capability or because of some other reasons, maybe mama yake hajanunuliwa so lazima mamake anunuliwe
But then unajua
kwanza.
kikwetu, if you don't pay dowry, then the woman dies before you pay dowry. The kids are taken away.
Alafu utalipa
They,
mali.
they cut all the family ties. So those kids were taken na si wako kuanzia hiyo siku, they are not your
Unless you
kids.
pay then.
Unless you pay. That is when you claim those kids as
culture yetu iko
yours.
hivyo.
Me, my question is this: what should happen when I pay my dowry and then we divorce? I should get back my dowry.
Yeah, true.
Because
You
as
can't
a
get back-
woman-
You can't take back your dowry.
Why?
If you don't have,
Why?
I'm saying you can. Hey, sikieni kwanza.
Umesema
You
you can't.
can take back your dowry if you don't have kids.
And then if I pay the dowry and then you die, so I have already paid.
Akumbuka.
Sawa,
You
tufanye
have told
hivi.
and there is no
Nimelipa
children.
dowry.
So what?
Mimi
So
nimelipa
are you
dowry.
going to ask the person who is dead dowry?
No, mimi nimelipa
No,
dowry.
you want to
Alafu huyu dem
Nilipea mwenye alikufa,
This
mwenye
lady-
nilipea namuona.
Umejua Njogu, acha nikwambie kitu. Kama unasema hivyo, kama unasema msee amekufa, then you want your dowry back. Do you want the family to start calculating hizo siku
achana,
zenye amekaa kwa nyumba
achana,
yako?
uncle.
Acha nikwambie kitu.
Then-
If you live with a maid, unamlipia rent, si ndio? Na unamni food, na unampea food, si ndio? Now this is your wife. Anakaa na wewe, anakupikia. Anakufulia.
Anakucook.
Ana clean. Eh?
So dowry-
Na bado still analala na wewe. What is the audacity wewe uende ulizie dowry because someone is dead?
Hiyo
Imagine sasa sisi tukianza kupiga
I
hesabu,
don't think hiyo inafaa. That
tukianza
one
kupiga
that is not
hesabu na
supposed to be
minimum
there.
wage ya house girl. How many do you owe? How much?
Kwani
do you
umeoa
owe?
house girl?
Me, actually, me, I'm not.
Why are you
advocating for that.
compromising your
Me, I'm not
bride and
advocating
the work
for-
you have been
No,
doing
if
at my
you're
home?
Ati
going,
if
Mama?
my wife
what I'm
dies,
saying
I
is
go and
this,
get my
if
dowry
you're
back.
going to ask your dowry back, it means that now this person is dead. You're going to ask your dowry back because you see that this person is not part of you anymore.
No, that should not happen. I don't personally. Me, I don't
Okay.
advocate
My point
for
is-
myself.
Bana kwenda kuulizia
My
dowry back,
point
that's
is,
bad.
Then they should not take my wife if the wife if they not take my children if the wife if the wife dies before paying the dowry.
Actually, that
No.
is taken
Yes,
because
this is also wrong.
skiza
No, if the wife dies-
hujanunua udem, hujapeleka dowry,
You
hujapeleka
know
kwenda
what?
kuosha viazi,
Taking a
you're part of
dowry,
the family.
Njogu, kupeleka
Then
dowry.
pay.
No.
Then
Unaona
pay.
kama hujapeleka dowry. Do you know why they take the kids? Because this is not your family. You are not married to this woman. There is no connection. That's why they take the kids, because it is not your family. If it was ungelipa dowry, this woman becomes part of your family.
Hata kama tunafanya church wedding.
Na kama ni
Hawezi fanya church wedding bila dowry na wewe.
Ai, sisi tunaweza. Wewe tunaweza.
Haiwezekani.
You
kama
can.
ni pesa
Me I'm taking this case off. Umelipa
Umelipa
dowry. Alafu
family lazima wachane.
huyu dem
Lazima.
amekudivorce.
If not,
After
atazikwa
kudivorce ameolewa na mtu mwingine.
Mm.
Huyu ndo atakulipa mahari. Sinafaa kulipa mahari. Umelipa mahari.
hata
Alafu
kulipa
mama-
mahari, kwani wewe ni baba?
Si
Wewe
nimekununua.
Hakuna, umenunua nani?
Si ni
No,
wewe.
you don't pay dowry because you are buying something.
No, mimi usiniambie hiyo kitu. Don't tell me that.
It's a
Mimi nimelipa
payment.
mahari kwa dem, amepata mtoto alafu
No,
akangaka
this
hivi
is-
akaidivorce.
Hakuna.
Alafu akaenda akaolewa.
Unaona kama-
Alafu msata kulipa mahari.
If
Hiyo
there's
mahari
a-
nafaa kuja kwangu.
Lazima irudi.
Akidivorce amekudivorce akaenda kwa mwingine.
Huyo msata kulipa mahari sasa.
Inafaa arudishe the
hapana,
original one.
Inarudishiwa.
Wanarudisha
si ndio
the
lazima.
Unarudishiwa yako, huyo mwingine ndiye alipe. Huyo mwingine hawezi lipa kama
Iko
hujalisha.
sawa, iko
But
chonjo.
let me ask you a question.
But
Wakati
you
you
are-
are taking care of the family, who told you I'm sitting by? I'm taking care of the kids. I wake up in the morning, I wash them, I take them to school, I make sure
So
they
in
eat,
short, we are
I
equal.
cook, I
Guys,
clean. Bana, not you.
In short, we are equal.
Guys,
No,
this
what I'm
line
saying is that
thing is not helping
unaona
us
kwa
at
hizo
all.
zingine. Kwa hizo zingine we are
Guys,
equal. But kwa
this-
pregnancy, hapo no. Don't
this
say a
line-
pregnant woman is the same as a man.
And
No.
me personally,
No.
I respect
Hapo ni kudisrespect mamako.
I respect the fact that they go through
Your
that
mom
pain
carried
and they
you
still
shit,
come back. We
stress.
still appreciate that,
For 9
but we
months.
should for just 9 months, and we just and they should also respect the fact that we take care of the whole family. There's so many sides. It's just something
A woman
small.
still takes care
okay?
of the family still. You don't umetoa
It's
kitu
okay,
na sawa.
and
A
we
man
respect
pays
you.
the
We
bills,
respect
yes.
that. We respect that, kid.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
me, I'm not against you. Mi sipigani na wewe leo. Mi nilipigana wewe story ya sex na soul ties.
Okay.
Nikachoka kupigana na
I
wewe.
have a
So guys,
question.
tulipe mahari, okay? And when circumstances zikuja, we will know how we're going to handle them. But
Yeah,
if circumstances zikuja, man, say you have the capability of paying the dowry.
Mahari, it's your
Mahari,
it's an
yeah.
option.
It's a choice.
Wengine
It's your
wanasema ni
choice.
optional, wengine
You
si optional,
pay
wengine
ukitaka,
wanataka
ka
kulipa,
hutaki,
wengine hawataki
tulia.
kulipa, wengine wanasema let me decide how much I'm going to pay because it is me I'm paying. Msiniambie nataka 20 million na mimi hata sina gari. So we are the one who are going to decide.
Musioe huko.
Anyway, ni sawa. After paying,
There is someone asking me here.
yes.
Suppose a girl was born by a different father,
Mhm.
but
Raised by a different
raised by
one.
a different father.
Yes.
Now, who should you pay the dowry?
The one who raised
Hapo
her.
nafaa kuita wazee hapa watusaidie kwa hilo.
My
neno.
opinion,
Person who should
to my
receive
opinion,
the
ni the
dowry
one who raised her.
is your dad.
Your
The
biological.
dowry is given
The
to
deadbeat.
the dad.
Biological.
Yeah.
Unless he was-
Do you know?
Mwenye amekuraise
When you
obviously.
give a
Sindio.
dowry, you get blessings. Blessings can never be given by your stepdad. They are given by you, the person who born you.
How can a deadbeat how
The-
can a deadbeat dad bless you?
Father can bless you.
Yes.
Yeah,
How can a
so-
deadbeat
Hao ndio
dad
wamekulea.
bless you?
Me I think
Okay.
mwenye
The
alifanya
real blessing
kubwa
only comes
ni
to your
kupeana
mom and
mbegu
your
na
dad.
mtoto
The
akazaliwa.
person-
That's
do
it.
you know
Alafu
why?
akahepa.
Do you know why a stepfather cannot bless you? Do you know why? Because this person you are not connected spiritually. But your dad,
Wewe,
the spirit,
wewe, Kedi,
mwenye
wacha.
atakuprotect,
Wewe,
mwenye
Kedi,
atakuwa na
wacha.
kuprotect ni spirits za baba
Ngoja,
yako.
ngoja,
You are
ngoja.
family.
Before all this, usifanye turudi kwa kitu moja. Soul ties. We gave reasons, almost 8 reasons, ama 10 reasons how it happens. One of them, na remember vizuri,
Family.
was family. Yeah? That is a soul tie.
Family bond.
Family. So kuna spiritual things going around in a family.
Yes.
So don't say hakuna blessings juu hana sijui spiritual need.
So
Sasa,
you want to
nikuulize,
disrespect.
nikuulize,
You want to
spiritual
disrespect.
za stepdad wako zinaingiana aje na wewe?
It
How
is a
can they
bond.
even
There
be?
is a
He
spiritual
raised
bond.
you.
There
He
is a
can
spiritual
he
This
can,
man
he
raised
can
you.
bless you because he raised you. He has
If you
good
get a
intentions
problem
for you.
now, the first spirits that should fight for you need your babu wa mababu wa mababu. Hakuna vile
Ah,
babu wa
kujui.
mababu wa mababu ya stepfather
Hawa
watakuja to
kujui.
fight for you. No.
No, why
Hata
hawakujui.
ukienda ni
Wewe,
babu wa
wewe,
mababu
wewe.
wa mababu.
Listen,
let
Hawakujui.
me-
this man
let me- let me tell you
Hawakujui.
amekulea. This man
Let me tell you
amekulea when you're having troubles
I
as
was
a
raised by a
lady.
stepdad.
So you say you can
I
disrespect your
was raised
stepdad.
by No, I'm
He
not
cannot
saying I
bless you.
disrespect him.
He cannot bless
No, I'm
you.
not saying that.
You're
I'm not
saying he cannot
that.
he cannot bless
He
you.
should be
He
the
should be the one to give you
But
blessings.
the blessings of my dad count the most. Okay, let me
No,
tell you.
no,
Let me
no,
give you a
no.
name.
What's
Unaona hii
it?
kitu.
Mbona
Hii kitu.
alikuacha
Hii kitu
basi?
nili argue na mom. niliargue na family, niliargue na mababu na nini, but one thing still stood. If somebody wants to marry me right now, the dowry should go to my dad. Then after that, then after that, I will decide what will this stepfather get. I'll still thank him, but my dowry goes to my dad. Hivyo. And that is it traditionally.
Let me ask.
Traditionally, that is
ngoja nikuulize. Let me say, ulibon. Si ndio mama alikuzaa. Baba yako akarudi akaenda. Ujui place alienda, si ndio? Your stepdad raised you.
Did everything for you.
Akafanya kila kitu. How comes baba yako amehold nini blessings zako? No mzee humjui. Aje kuwa part of your fucking life.
Unaona? Like your dad is not around. Ulizaliwa, then dad wako akaenda. Your dad is not around. Your stepdad haizichukua mahari. Wenye wanachukua ni familia ya mama yako. Hata familia mama yako inapewa mahari, but not your stepdad. Hapo hivyo ndo wanapewa, but your stepdad haizichukua mahari zako. Hiyo na traditionally na nini haiwezekani.
Guys, what do you think about this issue? Should your stepdad take the mahari or should he not take the mahari?
Please tell us in the comments who should receive the dowry.
Stepdad watakuja wakae chini, then wa discuss. Hii mahari itaenda kwa kina mama yako, lakini hakuna vile stepdad kwetu anapeanga mahari.
Guys, we want to conclude on this because we still have two more things we want to talk about. Guys, you are there, the shooters. What do you think? The stepdad should get the mahari? Oi, light man wetu amehanguka.
Sorry.
The light man. Now, should your stepdad get the mahari or your biological father? Mwenyewe alipea mamako ball na hajaionekana tena. Ati tumtafute tumpatie mahari. What do you think? Mnafikiria nini? Tuwapatie ama mwenye alikuwa hapo kitambaa akikulea
hivyo ndo. Mamako wako, super mahari kwa mama. Mamako wako.
Mama ndo receive. Mama hizipokea.
Mama hizipokea.
Sisi kwetu inapa. Sister yangu alipa mahari kwa shosh. Mahari ilienda kwa shosh, not to my stepdad. No. Na hiyo ni wazee walikaa, then they agreed.
Okay, maybe let's say then that different cultures, different customs.
That's our culture.
Different customs and everything. Sindio? So after sasa tumelipa mahari ni harusi. Na ulisema harusi.
Yeah, ni wedding. If you are doing wedding, if you're not.
Oh, you prefer church wedding? A
Wedding.
gown and walking down the aisle.
Of course, a wedding is every girl's dream. Every girl wants to wear that gown. Every girl wants to walk down the aisle.
And not every man wants to put on a
every
suit.
girl, even you.
Of course, I want to.
You're white.
Do you think it is necessary?
White.
Huh?
A wedding?
Gown, you're white.
Yeah. No, I don't want white. I think that day I might put on pink or black. I think.
No.
Black for wedding.
Pink.
No,
Black
not because I'm
wedding.
shy. Because I think it's cool.
Do you think a wedding is something so big? Me
Unajua-
nasemanga wedding kuliko tukae chini hapa hivi tupige hesabu yako kupea wageni chakula ikuje around 700,000 ndio tuende kwa AG tupige hii harusi tikiteki
Wedding inakuwa shughuli ya
tuite familia tuwapigie sherehe ya 50,000 alafu 650,000 mebaki tunayo honeymoon.
wedding inakuwa ceremony ya the ladies.
A very logic man.
When you look at it,
Ni sawa.
ukiangalia wedding,
Mimi nakwambia ni aje, mimi nakwambia haya tufanye hiyo harusi mama. Tukishafanya harusi wewe tunaenda honeymoon.
So
Hapa
wedding
tu,
wedding
hapa
is
tu.
not a big deal. It's not a big deal like, but it's something good. Like it's let me say it like a fantasy. Yeah, to me, I would really like to have it, but it's not a must. I have it. Yeah, but I would really like to have it.
If you had a chance to.
Yeah, if I have a chance, I would really like to, because I'll be very very happy walking down.
Like me kufanya harusi alafu bado kwa hiyo harusi kuna watu watakuja bado watu wenye wanipendei mazuri. Ati
unafanya harusi
watacha.
ama ufanye harusi what?
Ukipiga vows hapo na kwenda.
Ufanye harusi ufanye harusi worth
What?
mbona inakataa? Ufanye harusi worth 7 million alafu mnaachana after 2 months. Imagine mfanye hiyo harusi alafu mnaachana after 2 months.
Unaona sasa mtu
Ama hata
mwenye
1
anafanya
month.
harusi then wanaachana after 2 months. That means that you didn't cut well, or you didn't date
You did
well.
go through
You
all
didn't-
this.
Yeah, you didn't go through the steps. You just met someone, then ukaruka hizi
Must
steps
match.
zote ukafika hadi marriage. But before ufike marriage, kama umeenda hizi steps zote, I don't think ni kitu yenye itaisha haraka.
How
And
long?
let's not
How long do you
let's
think
not
people
use-
should do a wedding? like tunafaa kujiona for how long ndo nilipe mahali.
Sio na depend na venye. Hiyo na depend na individuals juu. Kuna wenye wanaweza wanajua wamejiona within a year, wengine ni 6 months, wengine ni after 7 years ndo wanaona.
After 1 month.
Hata watu hata 1 month. Yeah.
Hawezi pitia hizo process zote in one month.
Ai wapi?
Unless ni childhood sweetheart mtu ulikuwa unajua ni childhood then
hiyo si 1 month.
hata uhitaji 1 month.
Hiyo si 1 month. Hiyo si mmejuana your whole lives.
So hauko na intention huko una date. Sasa si ukifika 1 month wa mama nataka kudate.
It doesn't.
Nataka kudate. Then I want to court. I want to marry her. Hiyo inaweza fanyika in 1 month.
Okay.
But you can't know someone then court, then a date, then court, then marriage in 1 month. It can't happen.
Then we have gone through the wedding. It is not a must, right? Looking.
Yeah, si nasema it depends on the individual.
Like you
Marriage-
not like
marriage-
me
marriage
there
is a
manzo umevaa suti yako mzuri.
Ukiangalia
then
ushesikia mwanaume akipiga hesabu ya wedding yake ati mimi in the future nataka harusi inakaa hivi, inafaika hivi, ni pimpi hivi. Si ni madem tu.
Imagine don't think of
Usha fantasize your wedding.
Don't think
Alafu baada ya kufantasize nikaona
unajua
zikashuka
kuna
nilikuwa high.
kuna wanaume wenye anakaa hivi anasema mimi I want to have a big wedding. I want to throw but mostly nakujanga akisha meet them anasema huyo dem I want to throw
Na ukiangalia vizuri anasema I want to throw a big wedding for her. Haikwangi yake. Haikwangi yake. Hakuna siku mwanaume atafantasize wedding.
Because mimi napiga hesabu ya
anataka kufurahisha dem yake so.
Anasema I won't marry if it's not a wedding.
Okay. Okay guys, it's good for you kama uwezi yoa bila harusi. Good for you. But kuna wengine wanasema si must.
Kuna other types of marriages ndo.
Other types of marriages.
But marriage is a must. Marriage is
Just japo ndo tunaenda next ukifuta harusi imeambiwa your wife
Ebu,
whatever.
Unajua ukisema must inafaa pia uspecify juu. Usiseme must say in manshak everyone unafaa uoe hata kaa upendi mtu so ati must uoe. Ukisema must
mimi nimesema tu marriage is a must.
So tunafanya harusi tumeenda kwa marriage.
It's a must for
Marriage is a must.
maybe for her.
Kwa kwa
marriage
must.
is a must.
For her.
Ni vile hajamaliza form.
What I'm saying ni kuwa you shouldn't be with someone if without marriage. You should get married.
Yeah,
That's what
clarify hivyo.
I'm not saying
Ukisema ati za must inamaanisha kila mtu aende aoe.
I'm not saying
Enda uoe.
But I'm saying we should consider marriage tukiamua ku settle down.
So
Let's
come we
consider
stay
marriage.
I like.
You like me, I want to be a brother.
Go and be a brother.
You see, I'm not.
Say
Bro huwezi kuwa brother man. Hata huwezi kubalika.
That's your choice.
Mimi
nakuombea ukue. Amen.
Haezi. Huyu
Amen.
mtu haezi huyu.
mimi namuombea
Anaenda
akue.
kupeleka usenge kwa kanisa.
Usinichambie hivyo.
Huyu mtu.
Mimi nakuombea ukue father.
Maombi yako bro imepiga rufi karudi. Imepiga rufi karudi.
Uzuri Mungu ako hapa anasikia.
Ai,
amekusikia.
hawezi. Bro hata ufast sahi ati watu wengine wakwe ma bro. Ati
You never know.
priest.
You never know.
Talking
You
about
never know.
marriage.
You never
Do
know.
you know that living with a lady for 6 months in a house that is considered marriage?
Doing what? Living.
Sasa kuna watu wengi wameoa na wajui.
Living in a lady in the same house and her romantically it's considered as marriage.
I didn't know.
So,
that. Nimejua
There's
sahi.
so many people married now wajui.
Yeah. Hiyo come we stay is still marriage. Come we stay is still marriage.
That sounds ironical. How can you be married and you don't know?
Sini amesema umekaa na mtu for 6 months.
Ndio dem alikuja kwangu
Why
mzee.
bring a-
Alikuja one night stand. Alikuja one night stand akamwambia attribute tena
Ni
kesho.
host kidogo.
If you
6
know
months
you
later.
know.
Host amekuja na charger, amekuja na kila kitu kidogo na hama anamwambia
Sasa.
haina maneno.
Ati anakuja-
Amenipea quick siku ya kwanza, siku ya pili anamwambia haikui.
Imagine akikaa 6 months.
6 months.
Akikaa 6 months that's your wife.
That's your wife.
Yeah.
Upende
Si ndio nasema kuna watu wameoa na
That's
wajui.
your wife.
Kuna mtu ameoa.
Kama
Ati
if you're outside
imagine-
and you have a lady mmekaa naye for long, just know that's your wife.
imagine
Upende,
Is
usipende.
that fair for a man?
No, it's not.
imagine
It is 100% fair.
It is not. It is
Because
not.
why? Because kama wewe mwanaume kwamba umejua kwamba you don't want to marry this lady, why stay with her?
nimemhost tu nimemwambia
No,
on a
hakuna
goodwill
kuforce,
on a
hakuna
goodwill
kuforce.
ile
Why
ile
No,
goodwill
no,
ya
no,
ule
let her
amekuja
go.
kana
Let her
niaje
go.
unajua nimetoka
It is very
Usago
fair to
nimetoka Usago nataka unisaidie nikae hapa mjini nipate kazi
Rudisha hiyo
Ajaipata
Usago.
hapana
Rudisha
usikie
hiyo Usago.
wewe ni goodwill okay alikuwa neighbor ukaamua haya
kuna
kuja
kufanya.
kidogo wakiosha vyombo ukaona la haula
Sasa hiyo ni
please
tamaa.
call me thank you ta
Sasa hiyo ni tamaa.
6 months imeisha mimi simtaki
Sasa hiyo ni tamaa
Mimi
and you
ni-
should pay for that.
Tamaa.
That's why I see
It is
she's
not
your
fair.
wife. Kama unajua utaki achana na yeye aishi.
Yes, na yeye pia si aende, mbona yeye
I
anakaa?
like your way of thinking. Now,
Sasa ndio anajua huyo mama.
Yes,
sasa
yeah.
Huyo anataka ndoa huyo anataka ndoa
anataka ndoa.
Ule
Wewe
demo
kama
amekuja na
hutaki-
intention
wewe
ya-
kama hutaki, be clear na useme mimi sitaki.
I like-
Wewe rudi. Hivyo tu.
so una expect manze nikae na dem for 6 months kwa keja moja tuna dose kwa bed moja alisimuguze Azizi,
Hata
una
ukose
expect-
kumuguza, she's your wife.
Ai,
Bora
aje.
mmekaa 6 months, she's your
sexually
wife.
kama
What
tuko
if I
sexually
make it clear from day one sitaki kukuoa and then wewe uendelee kukaa
naendelea kunipea
Sasa umemake it clear kwamba sitaki kukuoa,
Yeah.
then yeye aendelee kukaa.
Yeah.
Yeye amekaa, amekubali anakaa. Yaani hiyo si ni decision yake.
Ya
Is it
kukaa.
now- does that law
Ya
apply?
kukaa.
Will it still
But
apply?
wewe as a man, kama umejua kwamba you don't want this lady na utaki ani, you shouldn't make
told
her
her,
stay.
and I told her,
You
Skia,
told her.
Skia, I have told you.
According-
Mimi sitaki kukuoa.
according to the
Sindio?
law-
You are mature. Ukasema, ni sawa mimi sina shida wacha tu tuendelee kuishi.
Then
Yeah,
according
sasa-
to the law,
sasa shida
according
inakuja-
to
Will that law apply?
no,
shida
according to the law,
inakujia mkienda kwa koti
inakubalika.
hautasema nilimwambia where is the evidence
Hakuna evidence ulimwambia. But
Nilimwambia.
still hiyo
Assuming
inakubalika.
I
Yeah, wewe
recorded
hauna
it.
Ah, basi.
Kama
Kama
unaangalia
ulirecord.
evidence, kama uko na
I
evidence ni sawa.
recorded
Kama uko na
that.
evidence ni sawa.
Eh.
So ita change, nini ita change?
Si
Na
wa-
pia wewe
nilimwambia.
kama uko na evidence ya kwamba hujailala na yeye pia ni sawa. Lakini
Pia-
kama una
pia
evidence
wewe
is your
hauna
wife.
evidence.
Haya, kuna evidence
Ati
gani
umekaa
umelala naye?
huku kwangu 6 months.
Wewe ati sina evidence.
yeah,
Wewe
hauna evidence.
acha zako
Where's the
bana.
evidence?
Acha zako.
Six months.
Majirani ni wengi sana wa
Sasa
kuvote.
sasa mnalazimisha hii marriage mpaka mnaleta ma evidence.
Evidence ya kuishi 6 months. Ya kuishi 6 months. Huwezi kosa. Kwani utakuwa DCI mjinga? aje?
Mnalazimisha hii marriage mpaka
Hata
mnaleta
huwezi
evidence.
uliza
Sasa
wase. Evidence ya mtu kuishi na mtu 6 months hiyo ni rahisi sana kupata.
evidence, yani
guys.
mnalazimisha wedding, mnalazimisha marriage yani mnaleta evidence.
Lakini yenyewe-
za simu hata majirani ukuje tu ulize ni
Hiki
umeona
tunajua,
udem hapa for
one
how
thing in
long.
Kenya, the hardest thing hii Kenya ni kupata witness. Juu huwezi toka huko hata kama ni bishte yangu, ukamu niambie huyu Messi, niko na kesi fulani ngori, unaweza kama kuwa witness wangu. Unadhani nitakubali?
Yes, siwezi.
Witness. Mimi kesi yote kuna.
Wewe imagine unaenda
kuna
witness.
polisi sitaki.
Imagine ati unaitwa witness ati hao wamekuwa kiishi kwa nyumba
Ati hao
sasa.
wamekuwa-
ukishaanza kuja kusema ati niko na
Achana na
kesi.
hizo. Achana na hizo hadi achana na
Ai.
witness. Messages ziko.
Messages
Messages
za-
Messages za communication yako. Of course, kuja na sapa. Kuja na nini.
Nitatuma message
But
nilitumia
hakuna vile unaweza kosa. Another thing. Lazima kuna beshte you have friends wenye wako pamoja. Do you think everybody atakata kusaidia?
Being a witness in Kenya.
Now it is you thinking
It's
like
not
that.
me.
You.
It is the
No,
fact.
you
Ni
can't.
fact,
you
ni
can't-
kweli.
Huwezi sema
Kendi
ni kila mtu
atakuwa-
anafikiria
we-
kama-
Kweli, it's
Now let
true.
me tell you, unaona mimi my friend akuje kwangu aniambie Kedi, imagine nimepata ngori nimekaa na huyu jamaa na ameninina. Nina mimi najua wamekuwa pamoja. I will witness. Nita
Ah, ndio
witness.
maana-
I think can
That's a
I
forced.
will.
That's a
Ndio maana wewe
that's
ni
a
dem.
forced marriage.
Ndio maana
Kama ni
wewe ni
beshte
dem.
yangu.
That's
Hata-
a forced
hata-
marriage.
hata
Una-
ngoja.
Ai.
Hata kama si beshte. Sasa nikutane tena pale polisi ati wanauliza Njogu. Njogu amefanya nini? Aliua mtu. Njogu akapa ndani. I will say Njogu.
Hiyo ni sawa. Hiyo ni hata mimi ndasema. Hiyo ni za masnitch.
Wewe ni
Cheki.
nyoks.
I have a question. Have you ever visited to the court?
Visited to the court.
Just elewa tu. Shenda court.
Koti.
How often?
Ati how often? Nienda how often koti?
Umeenda kotini mara ngapi?
Nimeenda koti once.
Once.
Yeah.
So, hapa penye ulienda once, mashahidi walikuwa wangapi?
Mashahidi walikuwa 4. Kwanza kesi mimi ndo nilishtaki kesi.
Where do you start case? So,
Walikuwa wamekataa kukuoa.
Mimi ndo nilikuwa nimeshtaki kesi.
Ulikaa for 6
Walikuwa
months
wamekataa
ukataa
kukuoa.
kuolewa.
Walikataa.
Ukasema, oh, you are speaking from experience. Si ungesema, I'm saying it from experience.
Ni nani huyo? Ewe jamaa anamuonea huruma.
Ilikuwa ya community. Kuna unajua ile watu hii nilikuwa form 4 before kuna hii fight ili happen kwa community, then sasa ilikuwa inatuhusu, so ika happen ikakujika kwa ile mbaya ika include community, so community started fighting against the other community.
And
So
how many
I decided to report because walikata mamangu.
How many people volunteered?
So witness wenye walitokea walikuwa kina nani?
See the villagers.
How many?
Walikuwa kwako side yenu?
Yeah.
Oh.
How many?
Ulikuwa na bahati.
Walikuwa 4.
Ulikuwa
Out of the whole village walikuwa wanne.
Kwani ulikuwa unataka the whole village kuja koti? Njoko be reasonable. Reasonable bana. The whole village inaweza kuja je koti.
Angalia context ya Njogu. Out of all the whole village, you had the possibility of getting everyone in the village, but being your witness.
Yeah.
But now only 4.
Yeah, because I chose 4. If I could choose everyone.
When you are choosing.
Of course, the other side had their story and they had their own witnesses.
How
of
many?
course. There are 5.
5. So you see, only about 9 of the villagers are volunteering.
And they were affected.
No, not volunteering.
They were affected.
No, you are getting
Directly,
it wrong.
imagine
You are
they were
getting it
directly
wrong.
affected.
Only 9 of the villagers were given the chance.
No
Only
chance.
9. No, it was a chance. Ulikuwa unaendea kwa msee, unamwambia kwamba there's this, hata si atu unaendea msee anakuja,
Ati ulikuwa unaenda kwa msee?
anakuja kama kuna mzee alikuja akasema what happened is not good. Mimi nitaenda na nisimame, nitakutetea. Hivyo kuna mwingine anakuja anasema wacha ni, kuna wengine unasema nani ulikuwa hapo ile siku ya ni wakati wanafanya investigation wanakuja kuuza ulikuwa hapo, did you see what happened, unasema ilikuwa hivi na hivi, wanakwambia will you be a witness, hivyo unaitikia. They don't approach everyone doing investigation.
Why are you paying?
And you think
No, we are
everyone
not
they
paying.
approached
So you never
accepted?
paid them.
Yeah, we
That
never.
means they volunteered, not chance.
To-
They volunteered.
Yes, it's
That is not a chance.
tusitoke hapo kwa
The
context
reason
ya
why
marriage.
I'm saying,
Tusitoke kwa context ya marriage.
is a chance is because hao ndio walienda wakaongeleshwa if they can.
But it's
That's
still
why
okay.
nasema walipewa.
It's, it's still okay.
Ngo-
Whether
msisahau
it's
kuna hii
marriage-
marriage inafosiwa mpaka mnaleta ma evidence.
Manze, history hadi imeleta story ya kijiji bro.
Unajua ikifika ni marriage na mmepelekana hadi koti, lazima evidence.
Sasa mtempia
Sasa kama mmepelekana-
huyu
No,
ni
no,
clown
no.
chaser.
Wasema sasa na huyu boy
Walipelekaje
na
kwa
yeye.
koti?
Sasa na huyu boy na yeye. Mbona angeamua tu ni wife yake na atulie.
Ni
Sasa
aje
huyu boy na
sikutaki
yeye.
hawatakani.
kwa mjama
Simtaki.
sikutaki pia
Hata
wewe.
watakangi nini?
Simtaki.
Sikutaki, sitaki kuoa sasa hivi.
Sasa hapa-
Hizo
Bana,
6 months.
unajua nyinyi maboy
Hizo 6
mnataka-
months nimekaa na yeye nimeona huyu tutasumbuana sana.
Alafu
So-
bado atakuforce issues.
Sasa wewe pia
6
unataka
months
kukajwa
umekuwa
ati
na
oh.
mtasa. That's why tunasema ukifollow protocols za nini za before ufike marriage.
Mimi sitaki
Unafaa
follow
ufollow
protocols.
Sasa wewe
Juu huyu nimemhost. Mimi
Sasa
sitaki
unaona,
protocols
sasa
za
unaona
ngoa
hiyo ndio
na
wrong.
katier. Mimi
Hiyo ndio
sitaki
wrong.
protocols ya
You're
yeye.
wrong sasa. Wewe utaki protocols, but you know what the way you are saying it is like you only care about yourself. You don't care about the other person.
No,
You don't care about the
hii
other
context
person.
yetu ni ya
Because now-
nimehost them, tumekaa naye 6 months. Nafuata protocol ya nini? Nimekuhost ukae hapa alafu tuende. Alafu kidogo after 6 months,
Mbona
unaweza
unaweza
ka-
kusema,
host?
babe,
After hizo
Mbona ni
6
host-
months.
mbona ni host in the name of love? Kama ni hosting,
in the name of love, in the name of helping you, not in the name of love. I don't fucking
Hebu
love.
ni-
hosting,
Nikuulize.
hosting. Sasa we are talking about people who are married. We are talking about marriage, not hosting. Hosting, you can host even a boy.
No,
who is
tra-
in need.
We are
Still-
talking
Whoa,
about
we are talking
marriage,
about-
We're
which
talking
can be
about
brought
marriage.
about
Yeah.
by 6 months.
By 6
Yes.
months.
Six
By
months.
by
6
hosting.
months.
tuko
Yes,
Sasa
tuko bado kwa hiyo.
ndio mimi nasema by the time mfike kwa hiyo place yenye mmekaa pamoja, mkae pamoja 6 months, inafaa mkuwe mmefuata protocols za nini.
Protocol ya nini?
Na hizo protocols, if you see this person I don't want to be with,
Unajua
hata
Chidi,
kuje kwako, chukua
you-
hiyo mtu.
you are not
umrudishe.
we are not
Hivyo.
understanding point here hapa ni mseme niambie niaje ni host nikitafuta job. Sawa?
Huyo ni msee, si
Sawa.
demu yako.
Ni
Dem.
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 Dem, ni dem. Wacha niseme dem. Msichana.
Msichana.
Msichana. Ni host kidogo nitafute job. Imeenda hivyo atafuta job bado hajapata for 1
No,
month, 2 months,
that's a different.
6 months. Alafu ameenda kwa koti kusema tumeoana. Na law inasema tumeoana. Is that marriage?
Now that is different.
How?
Because
Si mmekaa 6
aliulizia
months.
mahali aliulizia kuhost, unaona. But sasa what we are talking about is marriage, ambapo dem ametoka kumwambia
Si
dem
ndio
let's
mnasema
move
ni
in.
marriage?
What I'm talking about is let's move in together.
No.
Sawa.
Let's move
Sawa,
in.
let's move in together.
Yeah.
Tukakaa 6 months. Nikaona hii 6 months tumesumbuana sana. Tukiendelea kukaa
Now sasa unajua if we are married hiyo 6 months tumekaa na umeona tunasumbuana sana tunaenda everything we have acquired that 6 months should be split 50-50.
Good.
Ati?
We have acquired together. Sasa amesema together kumaanisha amechangia. So zenye amechangia ndo anaenda nazo.
Nini? Amechangia nini?
What we have acquired together in that 6 months.
Imeandikwa wapi?
Ngoja, ni sawa.
Mnajuaje?
Mka yake na yake. I want to ask you a question. Suppose wewe sasa ndio uko na pesa. Sasa mimi ndio niko kwako kwa those 6 months.
Ni mzuri.
Of course it is still. Bora tumemove. Unajua, of course I'm comfortable.
Iko sawa.
Of course it's the law.
I agree with you. You should be comfortable. Thank you. Thank you.
Law, it doesn't matter whether you are comfortable or not. It is law. It should happen. So it doesn't matter kama ni side ya dem ama ka side ya boy, ni law.
Mimi na hepa. Mimi mtaini.
Lakini
ni law.
Mimi na hepa mbio mbaya. Mimi mtainiona.
Kama ni hivyo.
Nini kubwa inawezafanyika?
Of course, si
ati tunakupata na mashtaka ya kukataa kumchukua kwa bibi yako.
Hata saa hii mumama achukue boy, akuchukue wewe uende ukae na yeye for 6 months. Huyo nini muachane? You have a right to go and report. Na kulipe. You have a right.
But now shida ni I feel the law.
Kilimani I'm coming.
Ina favor sana madem. Kwanza ikifika time ya relationship.
Sasa hapo ni wapi ina favor?
But ina depend pia na lawyer unapata.
Unajua the reason you see it favors it because these things happen more. Easy vitu happen more na boy ina side ya boy. Because more utapata ni boy ya dem ana movie na boy. But see boy ana movie na dem. But boy akimovie na dem will still be low. It's still marriage, it's still low. But you feel like in a favor madam because it happens more side ya boys. That's why you
it makes sense, makes sense.
Kilimani moms I'm coming. 6 months to
6 months.
Utapata
hiyo
umesainiwa nini inaitwa ngaje prenup. Utasaidiwa prenup.
Sio mtu anasign willingly.
Sasa unataka hiyo happen. Sign prenup. Mwambie okay tunakaa na wewe but tukiachana you go or whatever you came with is what you go with. Sign a prenup.
Sasa siku hizi manzi inabidi sasa ukiambia dem come over come sleep over.
Karada.
Na ukuje na prenup.
Ikifika 5 months mchuje kwanza arudi the next month.
5 months. The 20
aende kwanza arudi
the 29th day. The 29th day.
Hata nikwambia akienda. Jogo anasema ati aende alafu arudi tena. Akienda akirudi of course kama mtu ametoka kwako na aende 1 month na arudi you still continue.
Unaanza tena.
Hakuna kwanza.
After 5 months enda mwezi mmoja si ndio?
Hakuna kwanza tena. It's still the
Ndio.
Njogu if you want that wakati anaenda you have to divorce. Wakati anarudi ndio remarry.
Haina shida.
Miezi tano we cannot divorce because we are not married.
Yes, you cannot
So
divorce
not
someone.
divorce.
akienda without anything na arudi of course you are still together.
Ameishia. Tuliachana.
The law says for continuous consecutive 6 months.
Hakuna consecutive. Acha nikuambie. They were together for 6 months. Hakuna. Sasa unataka kusema hao watu wenye wako married wakienda ushago kwao wanakwanga wameachana.
Sasa hata nikuulize.
Sema sisi tunaachana after 5 months.
Mwezi mmoja.
What is being logical according to you?
Tukue logical kitu real yenye.
See, that's real. 5 months.
According to law, let's be logic with the law. Hakuna ati wameachana alafu wakarudiana. Hata mkiachana kama hakuna divorce, that is just separation and it's not a divorce. As long as we divorce, that is a divorce.
The law says when you live together.
Amjamari sasa una divorce
consecutive
nini?
6 months.
Sasa amjamari mna divorce nini? Si unauliza hivyo. Amjamari.
Simeishi tu for 5 months. You're not married.
5 months, ndio. Mkiachana what I'm talking about ni mkiachana aende.
Muachane
kabisa.
Yeah.
Akirudi that is still a continuity.
Si tuliachana ameishia.
Tuliachana.
Nikamwambia babe akini nilikukosea lakini we can start again. Ona. Unamwambia babe yenyewe tulikosana lakini let's start again. We can do better.
A break is an end. There's a difference between a break and end.
What is a break?
Sinaisha
A
ikaanza
break
tena.
is take kupumzika between.
Kuvunja continuity.
Kupumzika si kuachana, sikiza.
kuvunja
Si kuachana,
continuity.
ku-end ni kuachana.
Uh-huh.
Ni kuachana. Na kitu yenye iko na end haina continuation.
Na break.
So huwezi weka end na continuation.
Sio
together. That is
imeisha.
wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Hizo 5 months tumebreak imeisha.
Imeisha
So
hivyo. Tafuta
after
mtu
another
mwingine.
month namwambia babe
No,
tulikosana
that is
lakini
continue.
hey
Bana,
let's start again.
When reasonable.
Let's start
We are
again.
very reasonable as men.
Hakuna
We are
vile-
reasonable.
hakuna
Usikwambie
vile-
not reasonable. We
ona,
are very
hakuna vile
reasonable.
unaweza weka full stop alafu kuja uweke koma.
Si ni full stop alafu
Ni full
next
stop,
paragraph.
alafu tuanze sentence mpya.
Full stop next
Unaweka
paragraph.
full stop.
Alafu
Next
uanze
paragraph.
sentence ingine, uweke
Sentence
comma.
ingine,
thank you.
sentence ingine, which
Eh.
means another girl,
No,
not
no,
girl.
no, 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 no. And
The
the same
same-
girl
Full stop
starting again.
next paragraph.
Tukifika
But the same
5
issue.
months,
Najua
weka
hata-
full stop.
hata-
Tunaanza tena.
si haki unanyi tena.
Hata
Eh,
usijaribu.
leo
Usijaribu.
Kedi akagive up uongo.
Akiri mtu wangu. Lupin. Hiyo akili nayo. I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, umesikia 6 months ikiisha. Consecutive 6 months ushaoa dem. Wewe fanya
So
hivi.
mchujie mwezi ya 5.
Mwezi wa 5, the 29th day.
Shauri yako.
Before ifike 6 months.
Certain circumstances, this presumption can be rebutted with strong evidence. Yeah. So, a detailed explanation: cohabitation and marriage. While cohabitation or living together in the long-term relationship without being married is legal in Kenya, it doesn't automatically mean a couple is married. So, that's not marriage.
That is not marriage.
So, come we say it's not marriage.
Kama tunaweza songesha miezi zingine kadhaa.
Guys, tumechange. Usimwache ile.
Kuni constitution.
The only way that can happen ni through useme uende kwa court useme you presumed that this was marriage.
Oh.
Na but there are conditions.
Presumptions.
The parties must have cohabited for considerable time and conducted themselves in a way that suggests a marital bond. Yeah. It can
And they
be-
have concrete evidence.
Yeah. So the Marriage Act defines marriage as a voluntary union of a man and a woman,
Lakini
whether in a
usted
monogamous or
We-
polygamous union. So polygamy is accepted in Kenya.
Yes.
si ndio.
Under the law.
Unajua.
Ni kanisa zinatufungia hii maneno. Wao kanisa zinatufungia baraka.
So
That's why I don't go to
unajua
church.
information ya Kedi itafanya mdem fulani aende kukaa kwa mzee fulani miezi 6 akijua ataolewa hapo.
Usiende. Hiyo tumechange.
Naone giza.
It's a reasonable amount of time. Okay? Polygamous is allowed. But in our churches,
Mdem mtu anaona,
they don't condone polygamy. Kanisa zote, I don't think they condone.
In our church, if you try polygamous,
Unafukuzwa.
okay, hautafukuzwa but hautawahi fanya anything pale mbele. No, nothing.
Hautoi serve.
Nothing.
Na mtachukua sadaka yangu. Mtachukua sadaka.
Sadaka hiyo si lazima. Kwani si
Sadaka ingiliani na marriage.
Lakini mimi sifai kusimama pale mbele.
Hata wenye
Vitu za roho mbona unaweka kwa pesa?
Kwende huko.
Vitu
By
za
the-
roho mbona mnaweka kwa pesa?
Nini?
hata
You are kwende huko.
marriage si anatoa sadaka.
Si afadhali mimi mwenye naoa na mnajua niko na bibi wawili legally kuliko huyu mwenye anahanya.
Nani wanahanya?
Si kuna watu wanahanya huko nje
Oh,
na wako
unajua
kanisa
point
na wanaingi.
tu.
Hizo Josi wewe man.
Nani wanahanya?
Zinasema kuna watu wanachukua pale president worshiper ana praise vizuri na kuna bibi na
Sasa-
anahanya huko nje.
Sasa wewe na huyo-
Afadhali ukuwe polygamous na
Wewe unajua wenye wanahanya? Personally.
Obviously they are there.
Personally unajua wenye
Mimi
wanahanya.
najua. Niwataje?
Hiyo niyo chachi yako tu.
Unajua mimi hata siendangi church. Mimi hata siendangi
I want
church.
to tell shooters something. Nilisema ya kwamba mkikaa pamoja, si ndio?
Ah, umerudi
No,
huko.
ile yenye mmeamua ya
Ushaendelea,
kwamba
Kedi.
you are a girl and a boy, then you move in together, si ndio? You move in together without paying dowry or without registering your marriage is still marriage. Kuna wase wenye older people wenye wase wamekaa together even 40 years and they are not hawaja register marriage yao, it is still marriage. Bado wameoana. So kwa hii nini nasema ya kwamba Kenya doesn't wachacha nisome tu directly. Ati Kenya law doesn't define a specific time frame for cohabitation to be considered a marriage. While cohabitation is legal in Kenya, it is not the same as marriage.
It is not the same as
A
marriage. So
court
it
might
is
presume
not
a
marriage.
marriage exists if a couple cohabitates and presents themselves as husband and wife, but this is based on evidence, not just length of time they lived together.
Yes.
Hapo hivyo kwa time
It makes sense. It makes sense.
But
Your
sasa kama
explanation really makes sense.
mmeamua like you're moving in with someone na mmekuwa married, si hiyo ya girlfriend amekuja amebeba vitu, ametoka huko amekuja amekaa na wewe, ni mnaamua ya kwamba it's a marriage, but
is it possible watu kukaa hizo all those years bila kufanya make it official? Ati wameishi tu pamoja.
Wanaweza kuwa
tukaa Cristiano Ronaldo na demu wake. Si bado ni demu na.
But they're still young. Out there still
like the explanation here is they present themselves as husband and wife. You see, like unaweza kuwa you are living with someone, you've not made it official, but you're presenting yourself as husband and wife. When you're going to occasions, you say this is my wife.
You are going to
family gatherings, saying this is my wife. That is cohabitating together, but you're presenting yourself as husband and wife.
Nini lazima kuni hadi the nini wanaweza ulizwa, third party people wanaweza ulizwa pia.
Lakini mko na watoto and you say together as husband and wife.
Hapo nasema they were nini hiyo nini, what is the nini?
Wewe pia unatupoteza.
Zima hiyo kitu hapo nyuma. Hiyo kitu unavuta. Hiyo mosi usiwashe hapo.
There is a nini and
Zima hiyo
nini
kitu hapo
nini.
nyuma.
Sasa amesema nini? Hebu fungua hizo manini.
So the marriage concept, like by the time I realize the youths nowadays, the Gen Zs, they marriage they fear marriage.
That is New kama stand.
Or on the other
but
side, people are getting to marriage at a very young age. Unafikiria which is the best time or best years of getting to marriage?
See, ina depend the person who's getting into it.
Like
according
to you, okay,
unaweza kuwa young na umeshapata msee mko.
A woman should should start thinking about marriage when they are 26, 27. Yeah.
Okay.
Me I think
so when you're saying 26, 27,
there's no time limit.
A man should be 28, 29, 30.
No, a man should be 30 something.
30 something.
Yeah, that's something. That's a mature man.
So you think maturity is about age?
No, it's not about it's not only maturity is not about age.
You say
akiwa 30 mature in otherwise financially and everything.
You can be mature, you can be financially stable when you're 20. Mature in what way?
Doesn't mean only money ama nini. Money like prepared with everything ready to.
That's why I asked you think maturity is about
date, ashafanya nini sasa ameamua kusettle. Hapo hivyo pia vitu mingi zimesettle, at least you have a clear way of where you are.
Haven't you heard that there are people who get married in 20
Do you 20, know you 23? Asked me what I think. I wasn't making a decision for everyone.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not arguing with you or doing whatever. I'm saying, you know, there are people who get married at 20, 23 and they have successful marriages.
Is that what I'm saying? Yeah, marriage doesn't have a time limit.
So maturity is not all about age.
Inafai kuwa above the legal age. Above the legal age unaweza marry.
Above 18, yeah. Above the legal age. I like it.
Ukishapata mtu unaweza settle na yeye uko chuo, unaweza take care of them. God.
You just do it.
Kama utampata at the age of 40.
But a woman the best time to get married to get married ni ile wakati yenye you are sure about this thing. Kama niyo wakati explore career yako, explore career, amua ya kwamba you want to settle, because most of the women when we get married that time you have to concentrate with your family. So see your time ya kusema I want to have this career, I want to do that. So getting married means that you have accepted to have a family and you are ready and you are there for your family. The same as a man, asha invest, asha kila kitu iko on flow, akiamua leo anakaa na familia yake, anapeleka watoto wapi hizo kesi ati una hustle. Watoto wanataka daddy nipeleke out, unakimbizwa na boss, unafanya nini?
You know, marriage is not having children. Unaweza marry lakini si bado hamko ready kwa watoi. Ngoja. Mnaweza oa lakini bado hamko ready kupata mtoi. So mnaweza tulia bado.
Ndio, as time goes. You are siwezi kuwa nimekuwa leo.
Unaweza oa sahi na mget children mkisha kwa financial stable.
after 5 years
Yeah,
or
still
whatever,
not.
you see.
But you marry to start a family, sindio?
In fact,
Me,
Usha marry
me,
already.
nikiwa na wewe
Marry
already have
because you
started a
want a
family.
family.
That's I've already started
Yeah.
a family.
in fact, when you are getting married, getting children is the last priority for the marriage.
Maybe for some, let's not conclude that this is how it's supposed to be. Ati
Nah,
marriage
sindio,
hapa
it's
hivi.
my opinion.
For some, they get into marriage when they want to have children. For some, they get into marriage when they want to be
Sex.
for sex.
A sex you can get even when you're not married.
That is the first
Assuming
priority.
umeokoka, you will have marriage for sex.
Yes.
That is the first
Yeah,
priority.
kweli. It's for sex, legal sex, not unsinful sex.
To me, I'll just get
Others
married,
get married because they want a partner who is going to come into their life and help them push forward their vision. Like mimi naweza kaa hivi, I look at a certain lady and she's hiyo vision yake. If we come together, we can build an empire. Why don't we come together? And when you come together, you form a bond, a strong bond, and you marry. People marry for various
Yeah, then you
reasons,
say
and I don't think there is a specific age.
Yeah.
Kama uko hapa manze, don't wait for you to be financially stable. If you find someone whom you're compatible, whom you're coming together and you're vibing, your energies are matching, you feel like your heart is at home, just go for it. Just go for it.
But I feel kuna conditions that should be met before you marry.
Like
But like financially stable.
financially stable.
Yeah.
So it
That is
depends
one
with the
reason.
reason you are married. The reason kama vile huyu amesema like umeona huyu ni ukoona like you can build an empire. You don't have to be financially stable.
So assuming naishi ghetto, si ndio?
Mhm.
Nalipa nyumba 300. Yeah? Food nakula ile ya nikipata.
Mm.
Yeah? Hata nipate someone good. Is it logical to marry at that point?
It's still it
Listen,
depends with
listen,
what you want. What do you want?
I've given you a situation, si ndio?
No, I don't think it's.
I am living in a maybe nyumba ya mabati 500 na naishi huku Kayole maybe ghetto.
Na unafanya
Ndio.
kazi gani?
Nafanya maybe kazi hata sina na hustle tu ile ya daily jobs. Yeah? Ile nikienda nipate tu ka school ka 200 300 niko sawa. Yeah? So naweza enda nikose. And then nikae place niseme I feel like I want to marry. Na reason yangu ya kumari ni I want companionship.
What if the
Provision,
person you want to marry akubali like akuwe comfortable in your situation?
Like
uko?
you yourself,
But-
you yourself will not
what
be
if,
comfortable.
Sasa kuna
Yourself
dem-
will not be
Kuna dem
comfortable.
mahali.
Yeye
With the
yako
same
anakuda
300.
hivyo venye uko
Kuna dem mahali.
na anaweza provide pia as in mnaweza changia mkiwa
Yeah.
pamoja.
So kuna dem mahali akona 300. The same akona the same life as you have, si ndio? Mnafikiria hii 300 tukikika pamoja itakuwa 600, si ndio? Hatuwezi kula 600. Tukule 400 then save 200. Jua unaendanga unatafuta unakosa. Hii need to save for 1 month ununue mkokoteni. Uanze kuuza maji which is guaranteed every day utakuwa unapata kitu unaleta kwa nyumba. So that is another reason anaweza fikiria let me bring in another person. Na waongee na huyo mtu amwambie mimi niko na 300 utakuwa unaleta 300 tunaunganisha. Unaona? Then he can still marry.
So
That is why we talking about.
unatafuta mtu wa kuteseka na yeye.
Hiyo si kuteseka.
Yes,
Hiyo ni
kuteseka. Ni
kugrow
it is
pamoja.
building a future
Because
together.
ukisema
For the purpose.
ati juu sasa hiyo uko financial stable unangoja kuwa financially stable ndo uoe. What if it never happens?
I believe that a man should first follow their purpose, their goals first, then
True.
marriage later.
It's
True.
easily said as
Sasa-
a man you should chase the crown and the queen will come.
Yeah, because
Sasa kuna wale wanaume wenye their purpose and their nini is there and then.
you cannot what is a purpose?
A purpose is
It's something that
tomorrow.
you live for.
Something
I want to
you
like
live
it
for.
tomorrow.
Something you
You
live for.
cannot
You
live
know-
for now and then.
Do you know there's
That means
someone
you have no
who
purpose.
doesn't think about 5 years to come?
No, that's
Because
nafikiria
it is not because they cannot.
That's-
It's because they don't have that luxury of thinking about
not
in the
luxury.
5 years.
it's
They
not
think
a
about
ma- it is
job
not-
gani nitapata kesho na nikipata kesho nitafanyia.
Ni-
That's what they think.
It is the state they are in.
Yeah.
Yeah? The state they are in, how you allow
Yeah.
for a purpose.
Mm.
But as a man, what you should do is remove yourself from that state. Go to a state that you have a purpose. I believe if a man has a purpose, that's a man who is not ready to marry.
It's
But
there's a guy who said everyone dies but not everyone lives. It does not matter where you are, but as a person, not only a man but everyone. You're supposed to have a purpose. You're supposed to see yourself somewhere in the future, not only see 5 years or whatever. You see yourself somewhere. And you
But
look at yourself from
unajua-
that point and you say, I'm going to do A, B, C and D to be there.
Unajua kuna some marriage pia inakuja na blessing.
Yeah, that is where I am. I was about to say.
Unaweza kwa hivyo unateseka tunangoja ati kwa financially stable ndo wewe. Na kumbe ude unaweza mleta na mlango zako zifunguke. Afanye ukue.
It's about how you sit
Successful.
down with that partner of yours when you decide. Okay,
Yeah.
unaweza kaa hivi na demo akwambie, you know what, I can just happen this A, B, C and D, because kuna wase watu they say mimi nilikuwa na bibi yangu for 2 months
Kuna msee.
and then me venye milango yangu ilifunguka I became a millionaire. So there's
Una
this.
mweka
I'll
I've
just
seen
give
that.
an example.
I've seen that.
If you pardon me, I'll just give a guy. He was given 10 million by his wife
Yeah. Even me, I'm
just
saying.
because he was unstable. Wife wake akasimani aje, mi acha nichukue loan kwa chawa. Kwani ni nini? And from that point, they moved
Their
forward.
life changed.
Their life changed completely. Even the Bible says, whoever finds a good wife finds favor in the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah.
Si ndio?
Hadi kuna huyu guy alikuwa anafanyiwa interview. He said that he didn't have anything, but the time he met his wife yake alimtolea 20k wakaanzisha shop ya maziwa, and right now he's a politician.
They're doing great.
He's a politician.
Yes, you can find a woman and life yako you move forward, but you can also find a fucking demon and
Yeah, na kurudisha back mbaya sana.
Take it back to
You
Also,
lose everything.
it also apply to ladies. It also apply to ladies.
and you two
also.
ladies, you can also find a very lazy man.
Yeah, bana akurudishe far sana. It also, even mwanamke, before you get married, you should put your things together.
That is why today we have taken you through this journey of dating, courtship, and also paying the dowry,
Marriage, wedding, dowry.
marriage, wedding, and everything up to mefika hii point ya marriage, so that you can understand. Usiruke kamba, you don't be in a hurry. Just know your partner very well, mkoaje, because when you're choosing a partner, I believe this partner you're going to stay with them for the rest of your life. Sindio? This is the pattern you're going to be waking up in the morning before you see anything else, before you do anything else. You look at them. It's them.
Yeah.
It's them. Nothing will ever change. They are them. They are going to be part of your success. They will triumph you when you succeed. When you fail, they'll be there. It is very, very important to choose a partner.
Unaweza
Yes.
vumilia kwa marriage if you see things are not going wrong. Unaweza vumilia just because you're married with the wedding or something?
Kuvumilia nini?
Ni kuvumilia.
Inadepend on
Kama ni
the-
inategemea na
Things
vumilia
are
nini.
not going to plan, but unavumilia kwa sababu kuna watoi na nini, maybe
That
kuna
is a
cheating,
very big
kuna
mistake.
cheating,
If
kuna-
that is a very
ama love imedidimia sijui nini hivyo, then kuna wasee wanakaa kwa marriage because unasikia mtu anasema kama si watoto ningekuwa nimeishi.
Never
You think
ever.
that's
Okay,
right?
mimi I'm very young.
Kama
I'm very young, but I will say
ingekuwa ni financial, yani ungevumilia or something. But kama ni history ya maybe cheating ama sijui love imeisha, hiyo nao unaondokea tu.
me personally I'll say
Huwezi force.
usiwahi kaa kwa relationship juu ya watoto,
Huwezi
because that will be a very grave mistake. You sleep with this person just because of the children,
The family.
and when you say love imeditimia,
And
it's,
you know-
it's your mistake. It's your mistake. You
can
should be
still
having some things to ignite that love that is going on, and I think we'll talk about it. I think we should just talk about it next time. Things that we should be doing to make sure that
How
the
divorce
love
affects
the love is burning. The love, ile love yenye mlikuwa nao the first time nilikwambia I love you manze. Ona ile love ya watu wanadate mara ya kwanza. Hiyo love bado inafaa kukua. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to be doing each and every to make sure
Unajua tu
that
mkiji-
sijafika place and nimesema ati I
ukijifanya
love you less.
ukifanya timu na force.
Umesema ati unaweza divorce because unaweza divorce kama nini imeenda, then
Kama love imeenda.
then do you know how divorce affects the kids?
So that was where I was headed. Mnaweza sema mkidivorce maybe kids blah blah, na pia mtakaa pamoja na mpendani, kuna vitu mtakuwa mnafanyiana obviously right.
They will affect
Kids
the
are
kids.
watching, so bado
Yeah.
it's our affect.
Don't
Yeah.
stay together. Me, I don't advocate for divorce. I advocate like
It can
you
get
sit
even
down.
physical.
But
So
cheating,
imagine
cheating,
there's a kid,
don't.
there's a kid there out
Don't.
there. There's a kid out there, wazazi wake wameachana ama wamedivorce. Like emotionally na nini, how should the kid
Like
how can- what
like
can
don't
the kid do?
you are parents. Tukipatana na nyinyi, tukipatana na wewe watoto wakuwa. Si ndio? So time yenye tunakuja ku divorce, watoto wasikue. Let them know we're just having a separation. Okay, you
Obviously,
go with
watajua.
it, and when the child want to see me, they should have a legal ground to see me,
Yeah.
because it is going to affect these kids designing. Yeah, they're going. It's either this lady will be affected ile zenye atahiti wanaume.
Both-
Sawa,
both
because
Yeah,
anaona
they do,
because this woman, this mother is poisoning. Men are bad. Your father divorced me. Sawa. No, be mature enough to understand that these are kids.
Also men can brainwash women.
Yes,
Really
they are
so
kids.
use
So
both sides.
so
Yeah.
sikatai.
You know,
Kedi,
people will
sisemi.
what
Ilikuwa
wanafikiria
example.
wanachukia
Nasema
wana-
Ilikuwa
no,
example.
mimi
Watu
situkiwa
wanafikiria
sana.
wanachukia
It is an example,
wanawake.
Kedi.
Tumia
Kedi
example
wewe.
words, man.
Kedi.
Nafanya nini wanasema unachukia wanawake?
No,
Ah,
I'm saying, okay,
sure.
this guy can tell the child, you know, your mother did this and this and this, and the kid will grow up knowing that the mother is bad. The mother simply can do the A, B, C, and D. Sawa. So be logic enough to understand that sisi tulipatana na wewe. So ikifika place and we feel like the love is less, let's separate. You live in the house, take this kid, I will stay with this kid. Wakisema mama kwa wapi unataka, you wanna see your mom, and aje kuja uchukue kid ataka ku spend the night huko. Sawa. Ule let the kids come. Mbona mna separate? No, we just want to be logic enough before kuja realize it's just a divorce. It will be long
I
gone.
also think before you divorce, like having kids is also your part of your family. Also, you should make sure that you prepare these kids emotionally for that. You should prepare them emotionally. They should know that even though mom and dad are not together, but they are still my mom and dad. It doesn't change the fact that this is my mom and this is my dad. Na kama wewe ni mtoto, your parents wameachana, actually watu wakubwa wanaweza kuwa na conflicts. Don't get in between. Mama aliniambia hivi, dad aliniambia hivi. Your dad is still your dad and your mom is still your mom. Hiyo kuna kitu inaweza change. Actually, when I was young, when I was 2 years when my mom divorced from my dad, and it was really hard. It was hard for me, ambapo nilikuwa naona like, hey, mama atakangi niende kwa dad na dad atakangi. So until today my dad believes that I don't see him because my mom tells me not to see him. But that is not true. Actually, I love my dad so much. Hadi mamangu.
Daddy, your daughter is saying something.
I love my dad so much. Even
Come on,
my
say
mom-
some kiss. So come on.
He knows I love him.
Hawezi.
So haikuangi
Hawezi.
hivyo, but it's really hard for a kid. Unapata whether who you choose, unataka dad ama unataka mama. Ukienda mama anakuambia hivyo, ukifanya mistake kidogo,
As parents,
kama baba
msiweke
yako,
watu kwa
kama
such
mama yako,
situations.
that is not good.
Msiweke
Wewe
watu
ni
wengi kwa
mjinga
such
kama mama
situations.
yako.
So guys, that is why we are saying it's very very important, as long as you're choosing a partner, it's very very important kuchagua partner mwenye ako smart upsets kid nyamaza. I'm just trying to unajisikianga wewe ukiongea kwanza wewe.
Unajua umefanya
I'm
mara
trying to be serious.
Sikwambia leo, lakini umefanya hivyo mara mingi.
Ni kukaa na
Ile
wewe.
sisi na Lupin wapole.
So,
Sisi wapole.
Mnagonga rada na hizo.
So choose a partner who is smart upstairs. Sawa. Juu watu wako hawata inherit hizo nyashi whatever guys. Upstairs hapa hivi. Behind every successful man there is a woman who is smart in the boardroom, not in the fucking bedroom. Sawa. So guys, we are the iShot Podcast. Please subscribe, share, like everywhere. I am your guy Ianus Murphy and
LOO to the PIN. Tupatane tena next Sunday.
And your beautiful, smart and sexy girl, Katie Downs.
until we see you again.
On
Goodbye.
Sunday.
We love you.